Good morning, friends. How are we all doing today? Thank you so much. Notification squad in the chat already. Ken, Ton, Natalie, how are we all doing? Kaylee, great to see you. Matt, I hope you're well. And Jordan, Phoenix, how are we all doing this morning? I hope you're all well and having a great start to your day. Ken, coming in. This is the terrible time. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. But we are back again with the HeartGold Soul Silver. Shiny Nuzlocke. No shiny so far, but maybe today won't be the day again, which means I'm just going to approach it like Ken's already mentioned. Maybe we do reverse psychology and all wish that we don't get the shiny so it happens. Maybe that's the way we have to approach it today. We have to just ignore the fact that the shiny is coming, but it's not coming. Interestingly enough, I was confident enough that it might, and I dug out my Soul Silver guidebook, so I was like, it's interesting going through it. I've even got like the map that you get in it as well, which is kind of cool. So hopefully we can maybe put that to use today. But a little bit of a kickback to the past anyway to kick us off this morning. John, Charlie, Kiddos, Chloe, Sir Cross, how are we all doing? I hope you're well. And Riley, good morning to you as well. Blood, Purnima. I'm sorry. I just apologize. It's early. I hope you're well. Thanks for joining the stream today. I hope you're having a good day. Today needs to be the day. It does need to be the day. I mean, why are we hanging around? Let's jump into it. Lockie Lynn, how are we doing today? Today is not the day. I love it. I love it. Right, let's see. First reset of the day. Let's see if we can get something shining. Be nice if we could. I always think this. I always think if we get it on the first one of the day, then we can just jump straight into it. Of course, it is the same as usual, so that's fine. But how is everyone anyway? I've just seen a really interesting tweet from Ku. I've got to share this with you guys. It's not a spoiler or anything, but it's information in the games. So this is from the trailer from Pokemon ZA, and then there's a picture just below it of the same writing on that as on this sign in Paldea. I'm guessing that's Lumiose City. And then the caption below says, apparently all 5 of these buildings are owned by a real estate firm called Paldea Realty. So the company behind the redevelopment project in Kalos is from Paldea. Mind blown this morning. That's a really good little nugget of info, I feel. So yeah, I've just literally seen it as we were about to go live. So I'm like, wow, what does that mean then? There's some Paldean influence there behind the whole thing. Rich, good morning, mate. I hope you're well. Kaylee, guidebook, the old days before YouTube guides. I know, right? They're so good though. They're so nostalgic to like look through. There's so many like nuggets of like little information. It's actually really good for going through for the different routes and seeing what's available there, and especially for the headbutt locations and what we can see for headbutting. Don't want you to get this shiny. Hopefully opposite will happen. Rob, thank you, mate. I appreciate it. I know the sentiments there, mate. So that's what counts. Hope you're having a good start to your day, mate. And thanks as always for joining the stream this morning. I've been looking forward to this one today, despite not getting the shiny, despite having this crazy drought with shinies at the minute. You know, persistence is there. We'll carry on. Jordan, solid Charizard with a special attack in Colossal. I am really ranking up the style points. Definitely ranking them up with the Colossal as well. That's awesome, mate. Nice job. The Colossal. What's gonna be next? Got like a checklist you're just ticking off. Shiny Croc today, James. How are we doing? I hope you're well. I hope we see the shiny Croc. Sir Cross managed to beat it with Eerie Impulse Kilowattrel. Wow. They are some style points right there, mate. That's amazing. I love that. I love Kilowattrel as well. It's such a cool Pokemon. Beat the Dragon Charizard as well. That's awesome. Yeah. I wonder, yeah. I can't believe that it's taken so long for someone to kind of pull that information up from that sign in Lumiose. It's very... Oh, I guess you've just got to be in the game and running across it and kind of piecing 2 and 2 together. But it's interesting that it's a real estate company from Paldea that are behind the redevelopment programs. Maybe there's more like nuggets of information in Scarlet and Violet than we actually realize. But I found that really interesting this morning. But of course, we probably have a little bit of a wait before we get any information on anything Pokemon ZA, but that's fine. I'm still confident that we'll get an announcement of a black and white game. I've sold myself on it now. Marcus, good morning, mate. I hope you're well. James, good morning to you. I hope you're having a great start to the day, both of you. Hey man, wishing you all the best on this hunt still. Haven't been able to hunt much in HeartGold for NT Raikou this week due to the masterclass. Ah, mate. I hope the masterclass is going well though, mate. And thank you so much for the good luck. And good luck when you get back to that NT and the Raikou. I'm sure they're ready waiting for you to get them in their nice sparkly forms. Hopefully it won't take too many resets to grab them. So Cross, I know the Alolan Raichu is definitely a great one. I love that. I love that. That was such a good comment. The Alolan Raichu is so good. I am definitely running that over the weekend when I get a minute. So ZA in the future. It does throw that question up, Chaos, doesn't it? Like immediately. It really does, because like I guess it depends how long that company's been around, you know, but it definitely, with them being there, it does throw a huge spanner in the works to say, well, is this like modern day then, or not? Really not as long ago. They could float the idea, I think in yesterday's stream it could be set like oh no, it was in a comment yesterday after the starter video went up, but the idea of it might be like, you know, after events in X and Y happened, it could be a follow-on from X and Y. And the way they've set that trailer up totally is to make it look like it's the past and play off that whole Legends title a little bit to make it seem like it's in the past when it's not really, because Legends does imply that it would be a past game, but really when you think about it, it's about the legendary Pokemon really. I think the story of the legendary Pokemon, that's what it's always about, so it doesn't necessarily have to be stuck in the past. Do you think Osirus using a Yan Mega? Oof, I think that'll be tough, Jordan. The fire weakness on it is going to make it very difficult, especially if you take that overheat turn 1, or turn 0 I should say. I'm excited. I've been on the weight loss journey off and on for 2 years and I'm finally in my goal weight range. Kelly, that's amazing to hear. Congrats. It's such a hard grind at times, so congratulations. That is amazing. I bet you're feeling super good about it. Key now is just to keep on it and not let it. It's so easy to let it slide. I do it all the time, but amazing that you've got there. Huge congratulations. I want to follow suit with you and do that myself soon, hopefully. It's just having the kind of just the consistency with it, but super great news this morning. Haynes, good morning to you, mate. How are you doing? Hope you're well. We have a beautiful morning. Loved your new video yesterday. I hope they will surprise us as always and don't go for the obvious. Me too, mate. I am really hoping for that. I think I can't remember who it was. I think it might have even been Riley made a really good point in one of the comments, was to say that, you know, the references to the starter set that we got really in Pokemon Legends Arceus was only really like Samurott was obviously a samurai, the reference there with Samurott, but other than that, it was the new forms that these Pokemon got, their final forms, that were the references to the region and not really anything else. So in that line of thinking, it could be any starter, especially if they do get a Mega Evolution, a new Mega Evolution that ties more to the region, or a regional form as well that ties more to the region, that has those references. And I think that line of thinking is probably the way to go on it. I just think, like I said in the video, I think the Empoleon, the Superior, they're so easily tied to France right now. It's like they're so obvious. It almost feels like they're just like, yeah, there's a little hint here, but I think it's way off what we'll actually get. So we'll have to wait and see what comes out. The dude, how are you doing? 10 p.m. love from Australia. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. You're gonna get this stream, Totodile. I hope so, mate. That would be amazing if we do. It'd be amazing, but I appreciate the good luck. We need all of the luck that we can get. Let's get that shiny starter today, Haynes. Yes, you made the tweet. I want to check it out. It's Koo. Riddler Koo is the person that made the tweet. Riley, if you need the link, let me know. I can drop it in the chat if you're having a job finding it. Glitterati couple. They were the owners of the Paldea Realty. John! Here we go. The connections are starting to be made. Right, that whole segment. I haven't done that Glitterati story in my Violet copy yet. Probably worth playing through it again and just really analysing the text and the locations that they go to as well. So they're the owners. And aren't they supposedly Nemona's parents as well? Or is that just a rumor that's kind of spiraled into becoming the thing that they are, but they're not? I thought they were Nemona's parents, but I don't know. There's probably a lot of Easter eggs still to be found about ZA, yeah. I mean, the one in the house at the very beginning, I think if you go into Clavel's house, the mansion, where you get your starter Pokemon, if you go in there, there's a picture of Battlebond Greninja in that house on the wall. Hopefully we get to start the run today, Tone. Yes, my friend, I hope so. I hope you're doing well as well, Tone, and having a great start to your day. Overheating Hurricane might be a bit too much. That's what I was thinking. Both things that Yan Mega is not going to enjoy seeing. It'd be amazing if they would give us different Pokemon than those typical starters and mix it up a bit, you know, like Flababy Eevee, something unexpected. That would be wild. Like, not starter Pokemon at all. These are the starters, just whatever the professor in Lumios at the time is being able to find. Found this Bidoof, this Flababy, and a Combi. Would love it if they give us 3 completely new Pokemon as starters. Never gonna happen though. You never know. You never know, right? That'd be kind of wild. You know, if this is like if they're looking at it like a whole new game, I don't know. Yeah, it feels unlikely, but I wouldn't ever put it out of the realms of possibility. Because you can probably solo Charizard with Plus Ult. It has Eerie Impulse, Nasty Plot, Draining Case, I'm pretty sure. That's a good shout. Combat Kangaroo, 2,269. Thank you so much for the guess. Mike, good morning today. I hope you are having a great start to your day. And Rose, good to see you as always. I hope you are also having a nice start to your morning. And thanks for joining, everyone. Is the sprite in the game thick booty for alligator? If so, I really want that shiny for the lols. We need it. We need it. We need it to happen. And Kalos is gate kept by the corner of the map. Yeah. Send in shiny luck. Thank you, Lexi. Appreciate it, my friend. We definitely need some this morning. Hopefully it happens. Finally got that out. Totodile Outbreak. Nice. XXL. Shiny for alligator in the Beast Ball now. Wow, Lexi. That is a huge flex. That's amazing. Congrats on that. That is a super nice catch. And Rich saw another starter theory video yesterday where they mentioned Infinite and the French hanging a monkey. I think they got a little mixed up with Hartlepool and the monkey story. Yeah, that's Hartlepool when Pokemon Legends Hartlepool comes out. And we'll have Mega Infernape. Mega Gigantamax Infernape for that one. Guaranteed in Grookey as well. Infernape, Rillaboom. We got any other ones that are like monkey starters? I think they're the only 2, right? Pikachu starter. Let's get it done. Do you think they'd go? I don't know. I don't think they'll do that, but you never know. New regional form of Pikachu. Yeah, male combi as well, Marcus. just for no reason. Luca, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Bombaclat, I hope you're doing good this morning. Good morning to you. And just Gingy, how are we doing? I hope you're well. Just watch your Charizard Terror Raid video, and thank you. My Sylveon smashed it first time. Great to hear. The build was helpful, and thank you so much for coming by the stream, dropping in, and for the support as well. Hope future builds, if you use any of them on the channel, are just as helpful. But if you're farming for the Herbers this weekend when the event's running, I hope you get lots of good drops. Bidoof would be an absolute banger. Bidoof, the starter. If Bidoof was a starter, I would purposefully make a point of shiny hunting it before we started. the mansion at the beginning where you get the starter is Nemona's house. Ah, that makes so much more sense. I thought it was Clavel's. Okay, so that even connection with, right, John, you're on to, you've got all the you're connecting all the dots here this morning. I mean, right, so that Battlebond Greninja picture in there, it's not exactly of just a Battlebond Greninja, it's a bit more of a, what do you call it? An abstract picture of Battlebond Greninja. But it's definitely Battlebond Greninja. So that makes more sense than if that's Nemona's parents' house and they are behind. Huh. That's almost like a direct, I've got to make a video about this. Got to make a video about this. That's almost like a direct point at Battlebond forms being something that they're interested in, and why they're going to Kalos to do research into Mega Evolution and more research into the Battlebond phenomenon and getting more Pokemon to get the Battlebond phenomenon. And then that ties back to the mightiest Mark Pokemon that you get in Paldea. All the mightiest Mark Pokemon, that's it, I think. Mightiest Mark Pokemon are all the ones that we can have Battlebond forms with. That's what we're going to see. Solved it. That's it. Yeah, we've got it. Sorry. Super weird rant. I just feel like I love it when we get stuff like this, and then these little sprinklings from you guys just gets the juices flowing. Ashley, good evening to you, mate. Good to see you. Just caught Suicune and saved 112. What was that? 112 EVs with my initial spread and the nature. So I put the rest into special attack. Nice, mate. That is awesome to hear. I'm pleased you managed to get the Suicune, and good job on those EVs and stuff like that. Never Melt Ice, good day to you. How are you doing, mate? And Alfredo, how are you doing? Why not do the RNG manipulation for the starter shiny? Yeah, it would be a lot easier, but this is, yeah. I mean, we're doing it this way now. We've kind of committed to this many resets. Gone to RNG manip at this point. Feels like we've wasted how many streams we've been doing this. So, James, I love Turtwig and I love to get more love. I would love Turtwig. Like, imagine like Mega Torterra. It'd be so good. It'd be so good. Tone coming in with the 199 super chat. Tone, thank you so much for the support, my friend. Chat, let's show Tone a little bit of love for his massive generosity this morning. Thank you so much, mate, for not only coming by the stream, but for your super chat as well. Hopefully it brings us a little bit of luck with this shiny hunt. Ken, I actually think they'll do something with Pikachu. It's almost 30th anniversary and Pika is their mascot. I got a feeling it's going to get some love. You could be on to something there, Ken. Although I think if we're going to get Gen 10 in the... are we going to get Gen 10 the year later, though, in 2026? That would be my only thing where I'm like, oh, we're going to get Gen 10 2026 on the 30th anniversary, so it might be held back. If they're planning something for it then, that's what they might keep it back for. But then again, it all depends how this game shapes up, you know. We might not get anything 2026, and then Gen 10 might be a bit further down the line, which I wouldn't mind, honestly. I think this would be, it'd be fine if we still had a couple of years wait until we got Gen 10. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay, I'm currently perfecting my Legends Arceus Pokedex, but I'm definitely planning on spending an entire day grinding Herba from the Zard raid. I need to do the same myself before that goes down, because I expect us to probably get a new raid announced on Sunday. Might be Superior, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I need to grind the Herba before that goes away. Clearly mind blown. That's like exactly just explaining my current state right now. Hey, chat, good morning. Cosmic, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great start to the day. Shiny hunts, I mean, no shiny yet, but it's been very enjoyable. The series of streams that we've done have been awesome, and it's all down to you guys. So big up, shout out to you guys. Cloth, how are we doing? I hope you're well. Roz, Turtwig has the cutest little run movement. Love that Pokemon. Me too. I know exactly what you mean as well. It'd be so nice if we saw Turtwig. I think someone made a good comment and said it was a starter in BDSP and it was featured in Legends Arceus. So there's not like that might be a kind of mark against it why it might not be one of the starters in this game. And I think, yeah, I could see that potentially, but I don't know. Can't hold anything back. We can all hold out hope for Little Turtwig being our starter. It would be a hard selection. I mean, if I had to pick between Totodile, Turtwig, and say Litten or Scorbunny, I think it would be a really hard decision. Final Form Cell, how are you doing? Does VGC stay on Scarlet and Violet until Gen 10? I'm questioning that at the minute, because I think the thing is, when we see GS Cup rules implemented in any of the games that we've seen, any generation, it's always kind of like the send-off format for that generation before we move on to a new game, you know. So I think it'll be really telling. Like, it looks like the next format is going to have legendaries in it somehow, like all the posters and stuff. We haven't had the official documents, but it looks like that's what's happening. In my mind, I think if we're getting legends, I think the next format will be one restricted, so we'll have the ability to use one, and then that'll take us over North American International Championships, and then after that, that last rule set switch, which will come in just before Worlds, will be full GS Cup. And if that happens, I think there's a good likelihood that maybe when we do get Legends ZA, that it could shift to that. And I think because, like, it seems like really unlikely, okay, right now saying that, but I think they're probably going to make a lot of changes to the new Legends ZA game compared to Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus was like a new sort of like trial adventure, you know. They kind of were testing a lot of ideas in that game, and I think that those tests will be properly implemented into maybe a full-fledged game. It's listed as a main series title, so I could potentially see that happen, but I don't know. I think, yeah, it's all up in the air at the minute. We don't really know, but I think the safe bet is to say VG until Gen 10 will just stay on Scarlet and Violet, but who knows what's happening. Muffin, how are we doing, my friend? I hope you are well. Great to see you. And Lumpy, how are you doing as well? I hope you're both having a great start to your day, and thanks for hopping by the stream, joining us today in this epic hunt that we're on at the minute. Still banking on Empoleon next. We've had what for the raid? We had Empoleon for the raid, so I don't think we'll get it next unless you're meaning for the starters, and that could be, it could be, yeah. I mean, all the hints have been pointing at that, so I wouldn't be like super surprised if we saw it as that. I bet you see the restart sequence in your sleep. I know, yeah. Close my eyes and it's just there, just this blue Totodile with red spikes. I just want the blue spikes. That's what we need. It takes an Ivy over Turtwig. Really? I don't know. I like both of them. I just like the grass and ground typing, you know. I really like that typing. I just want it to be better. Spinebreaker, how are you doing? Just watch your video on Zia starters. I would like to give you a reason why Quaxley might be the water starter Pokedex. Pokemon migrated to Paldea from distant lands long ago. That is very true. That is extremely true, because although when you say distant lands, I feel like Kalos is right next door to Paldea, you know? So I feel like... But, saying that, so that doesn't seem like it would be distant lands that it's come from. It's migrated from a country, right? A neighboring country, right? But that's not to say that, you know, when you look at Quaquaval, I think the influence of the dancing, the flamenco dance that it's got, right, that is from a far off land. That's more Latin America origins, right? So I guess the migration could have firstly been to Kalos, and then they've migrated from Kalos down to maybe warmer climates into Paldea. So that theory could really stick, you know. So I think you might be onto something. There's definitely something to say about that. It's a great point. It's a great point. Superior for the grass starter seems more logical given the fleur-de-lis pattern. I know. It feels like it just lines up so perfectly, doesn't it? But I feel for that reason that it's just too obvious, right? Yeah. That's my only thing. The team squad is here. Riley, how are you doing, mate? Be worth checking the launch of the biggest rocket ever. Might be a biggest boom ever. The biggest rocket ever? What is this? Where is this? Is this happening out in the States? For a split second there, I saw the image of shiny Chikorita on your screen. This is foreshadowing. Luca. That'd be amazing. And I hope it was just an imagination and I haven't skipped over it. that would be kind of crazy if I have, because I would probably throw my DSs out the window right now. I think Quaxley has more Brazilian vibes. Yeah. 2,266 and counting, mamma mia. Perseverance is the word of the day. Yes, David, we got to keep going. You guys keep the train going though, for sure, on this. And I hope you're having a great start to your day, mate. And thanks as always for joining us in this hunt this morning. Hopefully we do see it shine today. What legendaries do you think will return in Pokemon ZA? I have to go with, like, I think the mythicals that we'll see. I think Hoopa's going to be a mythical in there. I think probably Diancie, because it gets a Mega Evolution as well, as almost maybe a guarantee, I think. And Volcanion, because we've never really had it catchable in the game before. And if we're going down to Catacombs and stuff like that, it feels like Volcanion would be down there. Obviously Zygarde, Xerneas, Yveltal. And if Hoopa's there, I guess it opens the door to bringing everything in, really, you know, making a lot of them catchable. They probably will do a selection of them, a bit like Legends Arceus, where we won't get everything, but there'll be a lot of them in there. But with Hoopa, potentially, if Hoopa is in the games, I think it could be like along the lines of the Mirage spots with the that we saw in Oras, where, you know, they can port any Pokemon, any legendary into the game. So I guess the possibilities for that are pretty endless. But I don't know, I expect to get a good selection. They might do Grass Steel type combo for a Superior's Mega Evolution, only because the Fleur de Lis pattern is commonly used on steel gates, fences. It's a good point. And it's the steel kind of refers to, like, you know, like, I guess knights in armor. When you think of royalty, you always think of like the royal guard, stuff like that. So that connection definitely could be made. If you get Chikorita, that'll mean I have psychic powers. Yes, Luca. And then the next thing is you need to all give us like lottery numbers for this week, so we can all get the lottery on and win big. Take advantage of these psychic powers. You can see the rocket launches from my driveway. Wow, that is very cool. If I got to choose the 3 starters for Zia, I'd choose Torchic, Froakie, and Chikorita. That's a nice selection. I like that. 2 of them can Mega Evolve, and then you would only get 1 that wouldn't, which was a new one, I guess, which would be the Chikorita, which would be... I'd like that. That'd be cool. Be nice. NSF Live has great coverage if you're a rocket nerd like me. Bet that's only state exclusive. There's no tuning in for us over here in the UK, I bet. We probably could VPN it, maybe. I doubt it though, it's probably a cable channel, right? Lumpy invited himself over to Rose's. Sit on the driveway and have like a nice drink, good view of the rocket launch. Sounds good. James, I was hoping to join and shiny was hard, but you're getting it today. I can feel it. James, I hope so, mate. Thank you though, mate. And I really hope it's today. I hope it's today. I do. Kingstar Vithu, how are we doing this morning? I hope you're well, and thanks for joining the stream today. No shiny there. I saw your starter prediction video, but I really want a game with Trico, Charmander, and Froakie as the starters. I would love to see that combination. The Trico there would be great, you know? And if they are kind of doing a different like take on Mega Evolution, if it's more down expanding on the battle bond phenomenon, I could see that happening, you know, because you're gonna do it to Charizard. It would make sense because Charizard's their like their baby. They love Charizard, so they're gonna give this new form or new extension of Mega Evolution in the Bond phenomenon to Charizard more than likely, and that could be, instead of having Charizard, Mega Charizard Z that everyone's predicting, it seems again a kind of an obvious thing to happen, right? Maybe it's the Battle Bond phenomenon is what we actually see take place rather than the obvious, and then you give it to Sceptile, which has already got a Mega Evolution as well. Year of the Dragon, its Mega Evolution was part Dragon, so there's that tie there. I would like to see that combination. I think it'd be good. Always on YouTube. Ah, okay, nice. Okay, thank you, Roz. Most deep vibes there, Roz. William, morning, how are you doing? I'm going with the conspiracy theories, how you're going to get a shiny now. I'm going to soft reset for type null just now. Last time I did this, you got a shiny, so praying it works this time. Thank you so much, mate. I hope, and I really hope we do, but I really appreciate the thought, the shiny luck that you send in our way. And good luck with your type null shiny hunt as well. I hope you have minimal resets to do on it. Get the BS for you all. This sounds great. Boot me a flight now. I'll be there. Did anyone else not care about the Ash leaving, but we're gaining depression, or is that just me? Well, in the anime, Battlebond, Chestnut, and Delphox, that's what we need. What is Mega you have always wanted in the Pokemon series? Oh, I tell you, weirdly, like I'd love to see Mega Snorlax, and I always wanted, I'm a big fan of Vileplume, and I always wanted Mega Vileplume. Always wanted Mega Vileplume. I think that was always something that I was like, I wish Vileplume got a Mega. Always. I can't lie to myself and say something different, but again, Snorlax was always something else that I was like, it'd be nice if Snorlax got a Mega Evolution, because like, what would they do with it? Like, what typing would it be? I always thought like normal Ghost, this is before Hisuian Zoroark was a thing. I always thought like normal Ghost for Snorlax would be so broken. But yeah, I don't know. I think Vileplume would be really cool. I meant to say gaining depression when Team Rocket was leaving. Ah, okay, okay. Is this the most resets you've done without getting a shiny? I feel like it is. To this point, when you combine both of them together, yes, definitely. So my shiny luck really has been quite lucky over the years, John. Friendship Evo should have the Battle Bond phenomenon. Yeah, that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Because then it links in with the bond, I guess, between Pokemon. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they were correct, because I had 2 instances in my life where the events I saw in my dream occurred on the following day, down to the very detail and time and place. That is super crazy. I love that. I do think sometimes like people have that kind of like foresight. Some like dreams are so interesting. Well, Luca, I'm hoping you're right. Hopefully we do see that shiny Chikorita today. It'd be awesome if we manage to pull it. Mega Yanmega, the original Mega. Mega Meganium, Mega Yanmega. I think they could do the Battle Bond though, because it feels like then you get away from having to do Mega Meganium, which I feel like they're just not going to do because of the name. Mega Meganium. I guess it would just be Meganium. Battle Bond Meganium. That would be it. Nothing exciting. Might be exciting. Only thing I hope is that Sneasel in ZA so I can get the ribbons in that game. Didn't see it in the trailer and now I'm spooked. Hopefully we see it, mate. It's been in everything else pretty much up to this point, so you feel like, I mean, you could look at it for that reason and say, oh, it might not be featured, but I would say it's probably likely that we're going to see it featured. I hope for you, mate, it is. Young lady, you're going to get it today. Thank you so much and good morning. I hope you're having a good start to your day. Could you imagine normal Ghost Snorlax? That would be OP. Yeah, that was the line of thinking along it. I was like, well, how could we break Snorlax even more and Ghost normal? It's like, yeah, Ghost Normal Mega. I remember having a conversation with a friend during Oras days about it and saying, I think it was just pre-Oras coming out and we knew we were going to get new Mega Evolutions. It's like, they have to do Snorlax. It would be so good. And that was like the thing that I had. I was like, yeah, Mega Snorlax, Ghost Normal. My friend was like, they're never going to do that. It's so broken. I was like, I know. They need to do it. But they never did. They let us down. It'd be cool to see this prediction come true, though. I'd love for you to get my boy Cyndaquil or even Totodile. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to be sad if we get any of these shiny, to be honest. Like, I have to say, like, I'll be super pumped with any of them. But the little croc would be the one. I did a thing in HeartGold Soul Silver ROM hack. Mega Meganium was Grass Fairy. That would be perfect, wouldn't it? I think it's a perfect typing for it. The Orkinite. It's the special Mega Stone for Professor Oak. Good morning, Professor Oak. How are we doing? I hope you're well. And thanks, as always, for hopping in and joining us today. Hopefully, we can see something shine. Kingstar Vithu, thanks for reading my comment. And by the way, I have been watching a lot of your live streams and only watch them while doing work or playing another game. Always love your vids and live streams. Thank you so much, my friend. That honestly, the support is so appreciated, and thanks for just dropping in again and for the kind words and comments as well. So hope you enjoy the stream with us today. I hope whatever you're up to, if it is work, I hope it's not too bad and flies by today for you. Getting closer, creeping towards that weekend, which is always good. Anyone doing emoticon trades? I'm giving for Mega Snorlax Ghost Normal with Blood Moon's ability. That would be wild. That would be absolutely crazy. Gotta see it now. You've put that thought there. Mind's eye. Hydro Cannon, I hope the Zeus starters will only start as... sorry, I'll start that again. I hope the Zeus starters will be only starters who don't have Megas yet. Also, Charizard got enough preferential treatment recently, in my opinion. Yeah, that's I think that's it. Like with Charizard, it gets everything. Anything new gimmicky, it always gets, right? It was like the first 7-star raid that we got. It's just their like mascot child, you know? You've got Pikachu and then it's always Charizard after that. It's always Charizard. So I think like as much as we all would prefer the preferential treatment to go elsewhere, and I think like 99.9% of fans would probably prefer other things to get that preferential treatment for a little while, it's always going to be Charizard. There's so many Charizard fans out there. I don't know, but yeah, it'd be nice to see if all the starters weren't previously Mega Evolution starters for sure. I think that would be what I would like to see as well. Michael, good morning. How are you doing? Hope you're well. I really hope today's the day. Me too, mate. I'm doing good. I hope you're having a fantastic day as well, my friend. And as always, thanks for joining today. Natalie, how are you doing? I would like Popplio as a starter because I love Primarina. Popplio would be very cool. I did think there was a link with Primarina as well. You know, the kind of the opera singer. The Paris has a famous opera house. So there is a tie there that you could potentially see it. And Mega Primarina would be kind of wild. I would love that. Primarina I love Primarina, so I would not be sad with that at all. Lumpy got a half an hour or so before lunch break. Nice, mate. Nice. And Matt, your stream on my phone and SpaceX test launch on TV. I think working from home was a bad idea. It's fine. You got to take some, like, you know, what's the thing at work where you got to take time out just to have a break every, what is it? I don't know what the timing is. It's not 15 minutes. A 15-minute break every hour. That's the rule, so you're fine. 50 likes halfway. Thank you so much, chat. That is amazing. We'll stick with the like goal as usual of 100. If we can smash that today, that'd be amazing. But thank you so much for the 50 that we've got already. That's great. Thank you so much. I'm praying for the shiny splatters. I hope we can get it. Just want to start playing. John, you bring Earl Grey to the stream later. Actually, there won't be a stream later, John, unfortunately. I can't say what it's for, but I have something tonight that's stopping me from streaming tonight, which is not ideal for the stream purposes. But I would have brought an Earl Grey, but I have something else to do and I can't talk about it, which is frustrating because I want to talk about it. But hopefully tomorrow I'll see when I can talk about it. But at the moment it's top secret, under wraps. But it's exciting. So yeah, I won't be streaming tonight, which I'm actually sad about because we won't get around to the Deoxys hunt, which I'm kind of looking forward to doing as well. Just as a little step away from this. Not that I'm not enjoying this. I mean, this is great because I mean, if we get the shiny, especially today, I'm gonna be like, we have to stream this every day. And what's that? Viscery Pelliver. Above anything else, I'd love Mega Primarina, but I'm not convinced they'll get into ZA. I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's like you want to get your hopes up with some of these Pokemon. I'm a bit like that with Feraligatr, and just like Feraligatr would be so good to get a new form or a Mega Evolution. I'd love to see it. Yeah, I'm just not confident that we'll see that. I just feel like it's like, I think so many people want these like cool things to happen, and then they might do it with maybe some of the maybe not so popular Pokemon starters to give them more popularity, you know, and give them a little bit of a switch up, so people start to really enjoy and appreciate those starters a little bit more than the ones that get a lot of love right now. I don't know, but yeah, I'm a bit with you on that. We demand Totodile as a starter. Anything else is whatever, but Totodile must be in the game. Not this time. Totodile in ZA would be great though. We'll never get away from Charizard. Look at TCG. What's the most sought after card? Base set Charizard, and it goes for obscure amounts of money. That is very true. A base set Charizard. Doing well, likely going to start PLA for the first time tonight. Any tips for a newbie? I know it's a very different game to the main series. Michael, I am very excited for you. Tips as a newbie. I don't know how you play normal main series games, but one of the things I would suggest is just catch everything that you come across. It really helps in the long run for getting your stars up to unlocking other items in the game, as well as kind of helping complete the decks as well, which is a big thing if your kind of end goal is to get Arceus, you know, at the end. William, thank you so much for becoming our latest member on the channel. Really appreciate you joining up to the membership, and hope you enjoy your time here while you are a member on the channel. Supporter Plus as well. Thank you so much, William. Really appreciate the support. Did you say earlier there's a manipulation you could do to get the shiny starter? If so, you can do that so we can play through get the playthrough going. I mean, it kind of takes away from what we've been doing. There is obviously always RNG manip that we could do, but I don't know. I'd rather kind of just commit to the old school method of just soft resetting. It's a longer way, but it's like it's the classic way of doing it. Be prepared for big Pokeballs, Michael. Big Pokeballs. Starship SN28 is a test vehicle. Third launch test should be awesome, as Elon says, excitement guaranteed. Nice. The Pokeballs are cool in Legends Arceus as well. Right. Farm every resource when you see it. That's a very good, yeah. Every resource. And Lumpy, take your time and enjoy it. That's another thing. Definitely have. I don't know if you always play with like the music on in your games. I would recommend, like, I wouldn't say it's mandatory for a lot of games, but I feel like it's mandatory to play Legends Arceus with the volume on, because I feel like you would miss such a key, like, immersive experience with that game if you didn't have the music on. I feel like the music in those games is just peak, so that would be another thing. Oddish, 2,345 is a shiny. Oh, we're not too far off that now, mate. I see these big numbers and I'm like, then I look at where we are and I then soon realize I'm like, oh yeah, we're Pretty close to that. Oddish, I hope you're doing well though, mate. And thanks for hopping in and joining us this morning. The hype when we finally get this shiny starter will be off the charts. I know. It's gonna be nuts, really. I don't know how actually, because I think if we got it earlier on, it would have been like a pop-off. I don't know now if I'm just gonna be like just relief, but we'll see. I think, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how what the reaction's like. From disbelief to believing instantly. We'll update on how I get on with these massive Pokeball. Oh, Michael, you're going to have a blast. You're going to have an absolute blast with it. Definitely keep us up to date with how you've been enjoying it. I'm excited for you to play the games, though. It's going to be very fun. RNG manipulation would have you picking your natures on shiny Pokemon. Yeah, this is true. It would have been like 6 perfect IVs. How deep would we into this run now, though, if we did that so much quicker? Oh yeah, and the sparkly chime, yeah, you're gonna get, if you hear sparkles in your game, there'll be a sparkly chime noise as well for the shinies when they appear in the overworld, so they can be nearby you. So keeping the ear out for those. That's a super new difference. Bombaclat, that's a really good, it's a good call out. Decidueye the Rival, how are you doing? I hope you're good. Good afternoon to you. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Do you think we will see any region forms from Galahizoo, etc. a year? I think we will, you know. I think it would make sense that we do see some Colossian forms, or whatever they'll call it. But yeah, it's a good way to give some like maybe bad Pokemon revamp to make them better. You know, like look at some of those like really low stat, base stat total Pokemon. I think it's just a way for them to be able to just give them a little bit of a boost, maybe even an evolution rather than a different form, which could be kind of cool. Riley, I'm up to 7,850 random encounters on my next phase for the Swablu, Zangoose and Ruby, looking like I'll be going over odds as well. We'll get them soon, pal. Mate, yeah, you are very close to odds there. Very close. It's horrible when you're getting close to that, because you feel like almost, I think in my head as well, I'm like, when you get close to odds or near and around there, you're like, it's almost guaranteed by the time I get to odds, I should have it. So you feel like you're going to get it anytime soon, and it's definitely not the case. And when you get to that number, I almost feel like, oh, we've got, how much longer we got to go with this? But hopefully, mate, you see those sparkles soon. Sam, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Doing good, mate. Wish you much luck today. What are the odds for the shiny starters? 2,315 is so much already. Yeah, so the actual base odds to get a shiny in these games is 1 in 8,100 and something. Basically 1 in 8,000. But because we're checking 6 at a time, technically it cuts down the odds to technically 1 in 1,300 ish. So, but I was working out before the stream, we've seen around 24,000 starters so far. So it's a lot, and none of them are sparkled. We need that chime in all games. I agree. I think like that should be something that they implement in all games going forward. Because for people that have like visual kind of impairments with colors in particular, I think it's like a really easy thing for them to just implement in the games. That makes it way more accessible straight away to everyone, you know? Bombaclat, you're reborn a Heracross. I like the new Heracross. That's good. Heracross 8,192. That's it. Monkey Universe, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Thanks for joining us today. Oddish, embrace Bill's teaching, become Pokemon. want to be reborn as a Suicune. Wouldn't be a bad life, I guess. Lots of powers. I feel like Mewtwo would be better though. Or Celebi. Celebi would be a good one. He could just time travel. Be a decent one. How are the resets going, Joe? Good morning to you. I hope you're well. And resets are going good. Shinies, not so good. But you never know. It's like any reset that we do, we've got the chance to potentially pull a sparkly little starter out. Gavin, how are you doing? Happy Thursday to you. I hope you're having a great day yourself. Followed your Sylveon strat for the Charizard this morning. Easy GG on that one. Thanks. I'm pleased it worked out, mate. And thank you so much for hopping into the stream as well. I hope however long you can stick around, you enjoy it with us this morning. Maybe we get the starter shiny to kick off this playthrough, but please, the build was useful, and I hope any future builds that are on the channel that you use are just as helpful as well, mate. And good luck with the herba farming as well this weekend. Captain Sparky, today's the day. Have faith. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Today has to be the day. Need the shiny sounds. I have 3 shiny Tatsugiri, and they are all the white ones. Don't know how many other I probably missed. I think that all the time. I'm like, how many have I just, you know, just not been paying attention too much to what's around me and just ran straight past a shiny? Whereas I think with the sparkle sound, you would just not miss really anything, or it would be really hard to miss stuff. If I could have any Pokemon in real life, I'd pick my second favorite, Abra, just so you can teleport me around. Be a really cool buddy. That is a good point. Sneasel is your favorite, Riley, but Abra would be the one that you would have. The teleporting, yeah, be kind of cool. And imagine how strong it would be when it finally evolved into an Alakazam. That'd be kind of wild. David, I'm at 5,300 seen for Pidgey in Pokemon Go with no shiny. It's truly eluded me. How? That is crazy. David, I hope you see it shine soon, mate. Have you done like the catch, because it's catch combos in Pogo, sorry, in Let's Go, isn't it? Oh, in Pokemon Go. Wow, okay. That's crazy. David, I hope, I was reading that as Let's Go for some reason. I don't know why. Mate, I hope you manage to get the shiny Pidgey soon. That is a lot. That is a lot. Bohemian man, we are still here. Still going strong. I know, mate. I thought we'd have had it a long time before now. Hey G-Man, how are you doing this morning? Fingers crossed you get this one today. Also, what do you reckon will be the next 7-star raid? I honestly think it will be Superior. It should get announced Sunday night as well, so not got long to wait. What about yourself? What do you think? I think that reveal trailer at the start, you know, people are pointing at it and saying, oh, it's because all of the starters that are going to be in ZA are next to the starters that were in Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is kind of interesting. But I feel like there's a pattern there with the 7-star raids as well, and the next one to come would be the Superior, because we've had all of the other ones in kind of a consecutive order from the Hisuian Pokemon, and now it feels like they're doing that. You know, we had the Blaziken and Empoleon, and then it would be the Superior, if they're following that kind of pattern. So that's who I think it'll be. I don't know though who it will be. Be kind of nice to get something different, maybe like an Incineroar or something like that. It'd be kind of cool. We haven't got many types to go though before they complete the cycle, all 18. Think about all the shiny mirrors you walk past and ignore because you can't tell if it's a shiny. The shiny Minios, yeah, that's the thing, John, yeah. Don't know why I read it as mirrors, but yeah, Minios, gosh, yeah, there'll be so many. Just oblivious to it as well. If I could have one Pokemon, I'd probably choose Rotom for its utility and ability to change forms and also help with work and fixing appliances. That'd be a cool one to have. Yeah, Rotom would be great because you can just like Rotom just go into anything. Marcus caught a shiny Wishmare and go. Congrats, mate. Nice. Super nice shiny. I could have any Pokemon in real life, I would have an Oddish. And know what they're toxic, but they're so cute. They are very cute. Oddish would be cool. I don't know. I'd have to go for I think I'd have to go for something that could fly. Something that could fly would be good. The teleporting is really cool as well. I always think like a real life Charizard would be good. You know, because you could fly around on it, and you would have like fire anywhere, and it's pretty good at like being able to protect you if you were ever in any trouble. I also think Dragonite would be a good one, because Dragonite's like super quick, and it's a dragon. Yeah, so they would be like two I would definitely think about. If I had an Aberite, teleport and hijack nuclear missiles and hold the world hostage, lol. That's what I love. That's the first thing you're like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Jamie Boyd Rage, you mean Lee? Wow, I know he will claim it for himself for sure with the superior supremacy. Yeah. I hope to get some more outbreak events along with the 7-star raid. Caleb, yeah, I hope so. It'd be nice this week, especially because we've not really had an outbreak since Hisuian Voltorb won. So if they announce Sunday night a new outbreak, and then we get the 7-star raid on top of that as well, that'd be kind of nice. I hope they continue doing the Hisuian Pokemon. Really cool to see them. I mean, which one would they do next? Like Hisuian Sneasel? Be kind of cool to do that one. That'd be wild if they did that. Your favorite Gen 2 shiny? My favorite Gen 2 shiny. Wow. Oof, I don't know. There's a lot of them that I do like. Mareep's a really nice one, a classic one. Totodile again is really nice, shiny. Steelix is a banging shiny. I love gold Steelix, so that's a cool one. I would never say, like, even though Tyranitar is like my favorite Pokemon, I would never say it's shiny is one of my favorite shinies though. Umbreon, I guess, you know, like Umbreon's a hard one to beat for Gen 2, I think. What about yourself? Togepi. Nice. Just caught 2 shiny Rufflets and the Osirus Desert. I need to get one more to send to PLA for the Hisuian Braviary. Nice. Good luck with that last one. It could be any of them. That's very true. What will be the setting in Gen 10 since Gen 8 where we became Pokemon champion? Gen 9 we were enrolled into school. I don't know. I wonder what will it be? I wonder if they'll change it up completely. I feel like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. I wonder if it'll be like, you know, there's a lot of talk about it being, I guess it depends on where it's based, you know. If it's Australia, a lot of people talk about that being Australia. I wonder what they would do. Yeah, I have no idea. You could see, like, if it was like an African nation, kind of cool to be like on a safari, like a safari camp is where you kind of start out, or like a nature reserve, and you're part of like protecting the Pokemon in a nature reserve or something like that. I don't know. You could have any Pokemon in real life, but it has no moves or abilities, which would it be? Moves or abilities? So it would just literally be a pet. It wouldn't be able to use it for anything. What would I pick? It'd be something cute, I think, then. Any Pokemon. These are like really tough questions, because it's like, what would I pick? Would I pick a Tyranitar? Probably not. I wouldn't pick a Snorlax either, because it would just eat everything, and I'd be poor because I just have no money, because all my money would be spent on food for Snorlax. But if you picked a flying Pokemon, right, it would still be able to fly. So I'd still probably pick Charizard, because it would still be able to fly, because like it'd be pointless having wings otherwise, so you'd still be able to use it. Or a Dragonite. I'd still keep my same answer, I think. Dragonite or a Charizard. Doesn't need moves or abilities. Can still fly. is your favorite gimmick from the main games? Terra, Raid, Mega Evolution. I think Mega's my favorite. Terra's more balanced than anything. So Terra's probably been the best one I think we've had gimmick-wise. Personally, I think. But Mega's been my favorite. So that's why I'm like very hyped for it coming back. What about yourself? How many tries will you do before you give up? Mats, there is no giving up on this. We have to go until we get it. I can't give up. I can't give up on this. That would be crazy. It sets a precedent then for like every other hunt that we do. And if we persist in it, we will eventually get it. It'll just make it even better. Australia, no Pokeballs, just bug spray. Can we double shiny odds on this hunt? Let's find out. Not much to go. Not much to go at all, is there? Vaporeon would be a really cool one. I'd pick Chimchar for a pet little monkey. Chimchar's a really good one, yeah. Chimchar would be cool to have. Rowlet would be the most awesome pet Pokemon. Yeah, Rowlet would be nice. Chimchar. I'd love a little Chimchar. Chimchar's well cute as well. So yeah. Totodile would be cute. I wouldn't mind a little pet Totodile. Yeah, Charizard would definitely save on the heating as well. Charizard would just be generally pretty good. And you would get no trouble off anyone, you know, not for anything, because you got a Charizard. Like, imagine walking your what you doing tonight? Just out walking my Charizard. Just taking it around the block. Wish they make the incentive to battle in global challenges better. League points and bottle caps aren't drawing me in. No, I thought that was the last one. I'm like, the rewards are pretty meh. It's especially when we were talking yesterday about the ones that they had in Sword and Shield, where you got the shiny Galarian birds. It's like, just do that. Just do the shiny room Pokemon. You get so many more players competing, you know? Even if it is just for 3 battles each. James, I guessed 2,355 earlier, so we'll see if I'm right. Creeping up on it. Can you be right? Here we go. James, I'm sorry, mate. It is not the one. If it's Australia based, would the Pokeballs be shaped like boomerangs? The boomerang ball. They'd have to do like a kangaroo Pokemon. They would do probably a Tasmanian devil. There would be lots of stuff they could do for Australia. It'd be kind of, it'd be cool. I'd like it. I think I'd like like an African country to be based, like a Pokemon game to be based in Africa. I think the like diversity you'd have there would be kind of so different, you know. But I wouldn't be sad if Australia was where it was based. I feel like we've had a lot of European countries recently, so I feel like it'd be nice to move away from Europe and go somewhere else for a change. Abyss, how are you doing? Updating in Shiny Dialga on BDSP at 2,800 soft reset, still nothing. Hopefully you get it soon, Abyss. Thanks so much for the update, and I hope you see that Shiny Dialga pop up soon in your game, mate. Mats, my first ever shiny was actually in BDSP. Shinx at Route East Jubilife. I played thousands of hours of Pokemon prior to that since 2005. I know, Matt, like I think about all the time that I put into the games before I actually got my first full odds shiny. Mine was in Pearl, and I'd play every single game up to Pearl. So the amount of time, like, the only thing I can think, I might have had one in like Gold, Silver, but just not realized, like thought there was something wrong with the game. But I can't remember anything off the top of my head, so I feel like I haven't had a shiny. The only downside of Chimchar would be its cry. So annoying. Yeah, but if it was you get a muzzle for it. Do you think they will get shiny ruin legendaries for yeah, that's true. Yes, GC's next season. Maybe, yeah. It probably makes more sense next season for the global challenges to get them potentially if they are going to do them as the gift. Yeah. Maybe a bit too late. The only thing that makes me think that they might do it sooner rather than later, because you never know what their schedule is going to be for next season, because these are really the global challenges that they've got now are all linked up with the qualification for the Japan National Championships. So you can see them maybe doing some in the like the early part of the season, which we never really got this year. These are the only ones that we've had, so you could maybe see some in the early part of like next season, like October, November, December. They could do a run of 3 during them and we might get them there. I guess they have to do 4 though. Zyro, how are you doing, mate? Hope you're having a great start to your day. Stopping in during lunch to say hi and wish you luck on the hunt. Thank you so much, mate, and hope you're having a great day at work. It's gone nice and easy for you. Kangaskhan is a kangaroo. That's kind of true, yeah. It's mama sack that it's got. Mr. Holbrook, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Best of luck for today's shiny hunt. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. Have a good feeling that you get it this time. Hopefully we do, mate. Hopefully we do. Maybe it's this one, this reset. Well, Luca reckon. Lucas had the premonition that it's going to be a shiny Chikorita. I wouldn't be sad about that, but we'll see what happens. It's Crazy Game Freak was like, oh yeah, let's make a take it years for someone to find out there's a shiny versions. Yeah, I know, because it was never really publicized. And I bet there's nothing in these guidebooks either about shiny Pokemon. It's crazy. It was just this like unknown thing. I had a shiny Pidgey in silver back when it was out. Shiny animation back then was so cool. Yeah, very nice shiny animations in those games. The sparkles are great. I like the sparkle animation in HeartGold Soul Silver. I think it is really nice. They've kind of changed it. They keep changing it. Most generations they change it. I'm sad that they got rid of square shiny animation and just kept it all star. Never melt ice. I want a platypus and an echidna Pokemon. Echidna. I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of it before. I feel super ignorant not knowing what that is. I'm probably not even pronouncing it right. I had a Tentacool and Entei in gold silver. Just can't remember which way around, but I restarted those games so many times. Full odds Entei. You restart over it. Oh man, yeah. We were talking about it yesterday in the stream. It's like how many times we had those shinies and just to replay them again. It's like, yeah, just restart over it. It's fine. It's generally frowned upon nowadays to call it by its European name. What is? The official and original name is Yulu. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. I'll cause offense. I'm in Europe, so I'm just gonna get out of it that way, blag it out that way. Take my coffee out to wait for the launch. Rose, enjoy the launch, and also anyone else that's watching it this morning, I hope it's fun and crazy, Rose, that you've got such a good view of it as well. Hope it's good. Josh, how are you doing? Good afternoon. Today's the day. Totodile incoming. Every time, and thank you, Josh. I really appreciate it, mate. I really hope it's got to happen at one point. When someone comes in and says that, it's got to happen. We've got to get it. Is a Knuckles from Sonic in Echidna. Imagine a Knuckles version in Pokemon. Oh, there's no way you find resetting this number of times fun. I mean, the thing is, right, you guys keep the it's more at this point, the chat, you guys are what's keeping this stream really fun. The shiny hunt is, I mean, it's a bit grindy, but if I'm honestly being honest, at this point, it's not to the point where I'm like, I can't face doing another reset or anything. I'm just kind of going through the motions with it because I know we'll eventually get it. It's just, yeah, like I say, chat makes the streams fun, but this process is yeah, but I'm not at the end of my tether yet with it. What country do you come from? Osirus. I'm from the UK, from up north in the UK. Little it's a county just past Newcastle, which is called Northumberland, and a little town called Cannnot is where I'm from. That's where I grew up, born and bred in the northeast of England. I've said it before, but if you're familiar with the Harry Potter films, the castle that's in the or Hogwarts that's in the first 2 films is the castle in my hometown, Cannnot Castle. So a little bit of a fun bit of trivia there for you. Really enjoying your video on potential PLZA starters. Thank you, Michael. Really thoughtful and interesting. Thank you, mate. What are your starter picks? What would you pick if you had the choice of any starters going into ZA? Thank you so much, mate. That's super kind of you, and I'm pleased you enjoyed the video. It was a fun one to put together. I really enjoyed it. Josh, 2,444 is my guess for the day. Thank you, Josh. I hope you are right. We're not too far off it. Zapdos R, Northumbria. That's the place, mate. Hello, Northumberland is beautiful. Cassidy. Thank you, Cassidy, and good morning to you all. Good afternoon now. But I hope you're having a great day. I love Northumberland. So it is a beautiful place. The coast up there is just amazing. Like the beaches up there, like some of my favorite places in the world. Bit colder than where I live now, but I mean, it's always home. Home away from home. Solo, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. And thanks as always for joining the stream today. Harry Potter Castle is in your gut. Yeah, it was very cool at the time. I've said it before as well. There's people I went to school with that were extras in Harry Potter because they got a lot of the extras from the local school. I never got picked though. I'm not sour about it or anything. It would have been cool, but there's in the first 2 films when they filmed it in Cannnot, it was a lot of the school kids were picked to go, and I guess you had to be a certain like age at the time to, and a height and stuff like that to look like you were at the school. So I was probably too short and too stumpy and probably too chubby at the time for them to be like, yeah, doesn't fit the bill, that kid, get him out of here. So I never got on, never got asked. It would have been nice though. Hydro Cannons, Trico, Chimchar, Totodile, or maybe Trico, Litten, and Totodile. I like all 3 of those. That would be very cool. Trico's such a great shiny as well. The only reason I wouldn't put it in my selection was just because it has a Mega Evolution already. So it was like, yeah, I guess for those reasons. Yeah. Solo, good morning to you, mate. Good luck for the hunt, mate. In the meantime, I'll go to Kitakami and shiny hunt using your tip. Thank you so much, mate. And good luck in your shiny hunt as well. What are you planning to go after in Kitakami? I love all the hunts in Kitakami. I think I probably prefer the shiny hunts in Kitakami to the Indigo Disc, which is wild to say, because there's so many good in the Indigo Disc to do. But I don't know. I think it was because it was that the first DLC since Scarlet and Violet. I really like Kitakami though. What would be your impossible starter trio where you don't know who to choose? Mine would be Chimchar, Froggy, and Trico. Andy, I love that starter trio. Mine would be Totodile, Chimchar, and Grass would have to be... My impossible, who could I not choose? Maybe Bulbasaur, you know. I think, yeah, so I think Bulbasaur, Chimchar, and Totodile. That would be my impossible to pick selection. I wouldn't know who to pick. And I'd probably have to do just 3 runs of the game just to make sure that I had a run with each of them. Mega Incin would be a menace in ranked. Could you imagine? Oh, we don't need Mega Incineroar. I feel like, yeah, it's too good already to give it a Mega. To be honest though, a Mega for Incineroar might be one of those where it does get a Mega everyone's expecting because it's so good already, but it might just make it worse so people don't ever opt to Mega Evolve it and just keep it as normal Incineroar. And yeah, very few people ever Mega Evolve it, you know? Might be like niche situations where it's good, but yeah, it depends, I guess, what typing and ability it gets. But you've got to say it's kind of hard to see it not being good because it gets Intimidate and then it can Mega Evolve and get another ability. So it's probably going to be like really good regardless, unless it has like a 4 times weakness. Like they give it like some random typing like ground and fire or something. I don't know. Yeah, you know, where it's just like didn't make much sense, but that's what they give it. A blind superior to represent Braille being invented in France. Hey, that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? That's such a good reference as well. Zapdos, I want Poliwag. Good luck with the Poliwag. If you do it in a cave like I did in the video, just have a bit of patience. It's a pretty hard hunt to do just because of the low amount of spawns that you get there, but good luck with it. I hope you get it very quickly. Do you think you would have still done YouTube if you were picked for Harry Potter? 100%, because it would have only been like a tiny, like it would have just been a you know, an extra role. So, but you never know where that might have led. But then I wouldn't have had this journey that I'm here today. So I'm happy that it's all worked out the way it has. But it would have been cool to be like, I was in Harry Potter 1. There's a scene, you can see me in it. That'd be kind of cool to say. Or a lot more, like, you know, people I know can say that, which is wild with how big they are. I think at the time, you know, you never know how big. I know the books were big and stuff like that, but you never know if a movie's gonna flop. A lot of the time movies don't kind of live up to the expectation of the books and stuff, but I guess the whole hype around it was enough to carry it forward, and they did a good job with the films as well. But yeah, wonder where it would have led. Is it easy to hunt Mousehold in Kitakami versus Paldea? Does Mousehold appear in Kitakami? I don't know if it does. I'm hoping for Piplup, Snivy, and Litten. I think we get Totodile, Snivy, and Litten. Piplup, Snivy, and Litten. It feels like that could definitely be the trio, doesn't it? I think that, like, Piplup, Snivy, and Scorbunny feel like they're kind of the trio as well, don't they? And then Torchic. It's always the fire starter that I find like could be the one that's interchangeable with those. I think losing vest or goggles would be too costly maybe. Yeah, like, and even like a citrus berry is probably like really better most of the time for NC than a Mega would be. Have you heard Hoops and Hip Hops pronounce Yuru on his video? It's really cute. I appreciate that. He really tried. Is it Yula? I don't even know if I could do it. Yularu. Right. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm struggling. I'm just making a hole for myself. I have a feeling they will just do the Gen 6 starters, but I hope they do a variety. Kind of want to see the chaos that Mega Incineroar will bring. If it was good, it would be kind of wild to see that. There is a part of me that does feel like it'll just be the Gen 6 starters. But I like, there was another comment someone made as well saying that I don't think it'll be the Gen 6 starters that we'll get, but they'll be the secondary starter set that we will get in the game. So a bit like a reference to X and Y where we got the Kanto starters as our secondary set, and they were the ones that could Mega Evolve. So it kind of, in that sort of sense, it makes a lot of sense, I guess, to say, okay, if the original Kalos starters are going to get Mega Evolutions, then we could maybe see them as a secondary set of starters, and now this time around when we go back to Kalos, they're the ones that actually have that spotlight on them for the Mega Evolution. So yeah, who knows? Danny, good morning. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great start to your day, but great to see you as always. Riley, you've been hearing our guessing and gut feeling, but what about you, Lee? What's your gut feeling on this hunt's end? Oh, I don't know, mate. I'm kind of hoping every time we do a reset that it's going to be that next one. I don't know. I'm going to say before 3,000 resets, we get the shiny. That's what I think. But I mean, if you'd asked me at the start of the hunt, I would have said before 1,000 resets, I would have been like really confident about that. But we are yet to see it. But I do feel like if it goes past 3,000, I'm gonna be flabbergasted. Should have said Tandemaus, excuse me. I had much easier time with the mouse holding Kitakami. Ah, right, okay. So I didn't realize it appeared I never hunted in Kitakami. It's one of those hunts I did in Paldea, and I was like, yeah, I don't need to do that anywhere else now. I've done that one. But if it's easier in Kitakami, definitely do it there. It's a tough shiny hunt, especially if you're going for the 3 family mouse hold rather than the Tandemaus. Yeah, rather than the 4. My cousin was nearly headless Nick, along with John Cleese in the Philosopher's Stone. What? You serious, Ashley? That's crazy. That's mad. That's really cool. Headless Nick. Blaziken is the most French of the starters. Yeah, with the rooster reference, Le Coq Goulois. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I'm probably not. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that, but that's what it is. Le Coq Goulois. I think that's close enough since I'm not French. I'm trying my best. But yeah, so that is you look at the French national football team. They have the Gaelic cockerel emblem on their badge. It's a very prominent thing throughout France in general. So it makes sense as well, because the Blaziken is the very first Mega Evolution to ever be revealed in any of the X and Y trailers, which is kind of interesting, because it's not any of the starters that we get in those games. It's wild. That was the first one, along with Mega Ampharos as well. Don't even care about the other 2. If Piplup gets picked, I'm happy. There's a lot of signs that kind of point to it being in the games. And getting a Mega Evolution would be very cool. Exia, how are we doing this morning? Good day to you as well, my friend. And hope you're having a good start to your day. Doing some overtime. We're going to put the stream in the background. Would say hopefully it shines today. But I think we do need the reverse psychology for it to appear. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Or I appreciate the encouragement. If we do have that as well for the reverse psychology, maybe it does work. I hope all the Poke and that have a Mega Evolution are at least accessible somehow before post game. I'm biased to just want my Trico. It'd be nice if they I feel like all of the previous Mega Evolution Pokemon would be in the games. It just makes sense that they would be, because it just otherwise it feels like a kind of a waste of a whole Mega Evolution if you're not going to include them in these games. Because I feel like the one problem with Mega Evolution is if we do get new Mega Evolutions, we can't transfer them into new games because they're kind of locked in that game, right? Until we have another game with Mega Evolutions. That's another reason though why I feel like we might see them do more with this bond phenomenon and battle bond forms rather than Megastones, because if they have, you know, if they have a battle bond for like evolution, then that's a new form for that Pokemon, and then you'll be able to transfer that into new games, and it wouldn't require a Megastone for it to be that form or operate in those new games. It would still have all the benefits that form had, you know. So I think for that reason, yeah, it could be. I hope all the new Pokemon that have a Mega Evolution yet. I wonder if the new 16 spawn method will work with Tandemaus. It should do. It should work with everything, Caleb. So yeah, the 16 spawn will work with Tandemaus. I guess it's just spotting them. But yeah, definitely use that because that'll make it so much easier. Thank you, Ashley. I read that as in it was really badly done, but no, you've just been very, very nice. These are the 16 spawn methods should work on Tandemaus. Issue is identifying the shiny. Yeah, it's a problem. But I mean, if you get the 16 on the field, you could just save and then encounter each one as you go, and hopefully one of them, one of them will be. Happy Pi Day, everyone. Lumpy, happy Pi Day to you as well, my friend. I hope you're having a great day, my friend. And just Lumpy, we need some luck. You need to send us some luck over the airwaves to get this shiny. Javier waiting for Mega Spiritomb. That would be wild. I would love to see that. It was kind of like a not a huge feature in Legends Arceus, but it was a big enough feature in Legends Arceus. Be nice to see it kind of continue over somehow into Kalos, into Lumios, somehow in the catacombs. Jason, I saw a theory that Snivy, Piplup, and Torchic would be the starters since they are all shown with Cyndaquil, Rowlet, and Oshawott in the Indigo trailer. Yeah, it's really interesting that, Jason. And I think like there's further support to that as well with the raids. When you look at how the raids recently, the 7-star events have been lining up. The next one announced this Sunday is Superior. I think it supports that theory a little bit more. But yeah, my argument for it is that it's too obvious for that to be the starters, you know? Because the Torchic, the Piplup, and the Snivy all have real deep references to France. And it feels like they would be the perfect starters. They would make so much sense, right? With the references to France and things like that. I just feel like it's too obvious for that to be the starter set. Rennie Dark, 4,800 resets. Thank you so much. If it is that, it is that. I appreciate the guest star. And AO Geeks, thank you so much for becoming our latest member on the channel, mate. Thank you so much for the support, and I really hope you enjoy your time in the membership here with everyone else. Lumpy, thank you. I appreciate it. I make it shiny. The demand. How funny would it be if it actually worked? James, I said yesterday between 2,400 and 2,500. My fingers are crossed for the next little bit. Come on. Hopefully you're right, James. Muffin, I've got my shiny fingers in the air, sending the vibes. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Come on. Come on, shinies. Just this time. This is what we need. To be honest, when TPC ever done something that makes a clear sense, that's my whole thing around it, Josh. You know, I feel like they never do anything. When you think about like all the stuff that, you know, they could do and all the Easter eggs and stuff that they put in the games, it never comes like reality to what we expect it to be. It's always a curveball. They always do something slightly off path to what everyone's expecting. You know, there might be the odd time like people get the guesses right and stuff like that, but I just think most of it is just they've got their own idea, and it's almost like they purposely like put red herrings in place to throw people off the scent of what is actually going to be happening. And then when it does happen, even though it's a curveball, you're like, it does make sense. It makes so much sense. You're like, why didn't we see this before? And it's normally because we've had these things where we've been led down a completely different path to where we should be going, you know? So I think even with a wild theory, even if you're doing like the unobvious stuff, you're still probably way off. It feels like impossible to kind of guess right with what Game Freak are gonna do next. But it's always fun to speculate. I really do love the speculation around it, and just the run up to new games and stuff like that. It's one of the most fun things to do. Lumpy, the ship is fueling up. Rocket launch in 40 minutes, mate. Exciting. Right. But I don't know. We might get 2 starter sets if there is time travel. I just think that whole information this morning about the realty company from Paldea being behind the redevelopment program is wild. So wild. And what does that throw up? Does it mean that it isn't in the... I mean, it can't be in too far in the past unless this company's been running for... You know, it could be a real established company that's been going for hundreds of years in Paldea. I just feel like if they had, there would be more evidence of that company around Paldea rather than just in one town, in one corner of Paldea. I feel like there would be, you know, more references to that company everywhere if they've been running for such a long time. So it feels like they're kind of like a newer company. So it does feel like it could potentially be set more in the timeline that we're in right now rather than anything else. But then I guess you've got the reference to the time machine down in Area 0. Could that be used at all in the new story? I don't know. There's loads of questions. What is this about the company from Paldea? What did the news come from? Okay, let me pull the tweet up. It's Brian. It's really interesting. But if you follow Q on X, this is the tweet. So it starts off with the documentation. You can see the line of text like here. Then this picture from Paldea, and that text is exactly the same as that. And then there's a character down here talking about the building, and the text says, apparently all 5 of these buildings are owned by a real estate firm called Paldea Realty. Kind of wild. So it's a Paldea company we're talking about at the top of the stream today. Paldea company behind the redevelopment of Lumios, which throws up the whole thing about, is it more set in present time? Everyone's like, I think everyone's convinced, not everyone, because I've spoken to lots of people and they're like, I don't know, it might be set in the future, it might be set now rather than set in the past. So it's not everyone, but a lot of people are pretty solid on selling the line that it's going to be in the past. But that to me is more of a hint that it's probably set present day or very, very close to present day rather than way in the past. But you know, companies go around forever. It might have been the very first project that this company ever underwent. So there's nothing to say it can't be in the past, but it to me it feels, especially because the Glitterati are the 2 owners of the Paldea Realty Company, and then Mona's parents. And then we were talking as well about John clarified that the mansion at the start of the game is Nemona's house. If you go inside there, there's a picture of Battlebond Greninja on the wall in there. So yeah, I don't know. There's another picture as well on the other side of the room. I just can't remember what it was. I don't know if that has any meaning to it. But yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. I think it's yeah, it throws up lots of questions, even more than we had to begin with, but maybe some more hints as well. Petro, how are you doing? I hope you're well, mate. Thanks so much for joining today. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And AO Geeks, the people that pick up on these details amaze me. Me too, mate. It's crazy, isn't it? I think, like, yeah, it's just, it's like so in plain sight as well, that sign. Imagine the person that came across it was like, wait a minute, I've seen that text before. And then like, oh my God, it's the same text on the document. Must have been such a big brain moment. Just be like, wow. And there might be, like I say, there should be more evidence of this company around Paldea, but there might be. You know, it's not something I've ever been looking for when I've been exploring the games. I just feel like we could get a little bit more exploration on that now, I guess. So there might be more stuff to come out, because I guess more people are going to be looking out for it as we go forward. Guy Rivers, I'm super excited for Legends of the Year, but I have come to the terms with them taking their time on it now as a means I can play through the older games. This is very true. Yeah, it gives us a chance to kind of go back, play these older games, do like some stuff that we wanted to do for a while but haven't been able to because of the newer titles. So yeah, I'm with you on that. I think take your time, get them right, get them all nicely polished, and then bring them out when they're ready. Eternal City is a banger, the song. I love it. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? In the Mona's house, there's 3 paintings. One of the Greninja, one other of 2 Eevee. Huh. And the other is a painting of Minion and Finian. The 2 Eevee is quite an interesting one. Does that kind of indicate that we're going to get 2 new Eevee forms? I mean, that's what everyone will automatically think. But it's kind of weird that we got 2 Eevee forms. Like 2 Eevee, just 2 Eevee, not 2 Eevee forms, but just 2 Eevee. I mean, it's just like having a picture of anything, but it almost feels like they've been put there purposefully, you know? Two new evolutions confirmed. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be it now. It's like, yeah, guaranteed 2 new evolutions. Battlebond Greninja, new Battlebond forms confirmed. Have you thought about doing a Wednesday video on potential relatives of previous characters we may see in Legends of the Year? I hadn't thought about that yet, mate, but that's a really good idea to do, because I think I love the connection with the Devon Corp and with Kalos. You know, that link with Horn and Kalos, it's and the Mega Evolution, the Infinity Energy, the Ultimate Weapon. There's a huge tie between those 2 areas there. There's lots of characters in between them as well. And then I guess with the ties with Paldea, and then you've got Galar as well, very close. It's like almost like you know, you've got Galar, Kalos, and Paldea all very close to each other. So a lot of characters could be, and especially Horn as well. It's not really close to any of these, but Horn could be involved somehow as well. So yeah. Bevum, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well, and I appreciate that, mate. Hope the suffering ends today. Nah, it's been all right, to be honest, mate. I would be nice to get the shiny, but it's not been too bad. I can't complain too much, mate. I really want to start the playthrough, but we'll have to see. I think maybe the starters for Zia are going to be Bulbasaur, Frogs, Piplup, Napoleon, and Skullbunny Soccer. I would love to see that combination. Bulbasaur, Piplup, and Skullbunny. That would be a great starter trio. That would be awesome. Little Bulba getting a new form or something like that would be very cool. Battlebond Mega Eevee. Battlebond Eevees would be very cool, wouldn't it? The Minion and Finian artwork in the mansion give me huge Great Barrier Reef vibes. Which is oh yeah, I wonder if is there anything like that in the Pokeverse that we kind of know about? Like, where are Finian and Luminion? Like, what gen are they from? Gen 4? No, they're not. No, they are. Are they Gen 4 Pokemon, aren't they? Pretty sure they're introduced Gen 4. Because Kalos can't have any. Well, I mean, Kalos has it. Yeah, I mean, it has got some sea. It's not like landlocked or anything, but it's not Barrier Reef territory. Mitch, which shiny would you prefer? I definitely prefer Totodile, I think, out of the 3, but I wouldn't be sad with any of them. Which one would you be going for if you could pick one? David, 100 likes equals a shiny charm. We're nearly there, chat. We're 88 likes. The 100 like goal. is very close. But like David says, if we get 100, it equals a shiny charm, giving us more chance to get a shiny. The logic there. But thank you to everyone that has dropped a like on the stream so far today and the support. It's really appreciated, friends. Evermel Ice Gen 4, John Gen 4, thank you so much, you too. Appreciate that. No, we don't want the Chikorita. Cyndaquil for sure. Yeah, I mean, Cyndaquil for the run will be definitely the best one for us to have. It will make the run so much easier than the other two. But Totodile is a nice shiny, so I would like it. I mean, Cyndaquil would be better in reality than the Totodile, because we want Gyarados, and Gyarados kind of has that conflict with Totodile for the water type on the team. I'd love to see Mega Mr. Mime. That is cute, but also nightmare fuel for ZA. AO Geeks, we need that to happen. They do like Mr. Mime. They like giving it all those different forms. They got those forms in Galar, so you can maybe see it get a Mega form as well. Mega Mr. Mime. Thing of nightmares. I can't imagine it being cute though. I can just imagine it being like super scary, like a clown with teeth. I don't know, like a scary like horror film clown. Stefan, there won't be any Battle Bond Pokemon other than Greninja. I think you all should let the idea of Pokemon getting that go. Battle Bond is close relationship between Ash and Greninja, not us. Yeah, but the basic premise is, if you look back at the Bond phenomenon, there is one case of see that picture that is in the Mona's house. I don't think it's Ash's Greninja. I think it's, if you look back, there was one case that's been referred to before about the Bond phenomenon. I think it's in one of the anime episodes, and it's about, and I think there's reference to it in the games in X and Y as well, but there's a ninja who had a Greninja back in the day, and they also had that Bond phenomenon. So it's not just a one-off case with Ash, like a gimmick for the anime. It's actually something that has happened in the past as well. They just don't understand how that happens, when a Bond can get so strong that it creates this special evolution with your Pokemon. And if you look at how the mechanics work in the game as well, it worked differently a bit to the anime, where Ash Greninja kind of mega evolves almost into the Battle Bond form, whereas if you've got Battle Bond Greninja in the games, it's kind of like a different form with the Battle Bond ability, right? So they play on it slightly differently in the game. So I do think there is legs there, and I don't think you have to say it's going to work exactly like that in Zia. I think they would adapt it. I think they would change it slightly so it's adaptable for a lot more Pokemon, and it would be an adaptation of Mega Evolution, right? I think that's something that they could do. There's always going to be the problem if we have a continuation of Legends Arceus without held items, then you have to be like, well, how are they going to Mega Evolve the Pokemon, right? They've got to think of other ways to do it, and maybe Mega Evolution is approached in a different way in these games, where we see more Battle Bond or the Bond phenomenon come in, and then it would only be with Pokemon that you would have as your like first partner Pokemon, your starter Pokemon, right? So it wouldn't be accessible to everyone, but then it cuts down the work for them to do new designs and stuff like that. I do think there's legs in it. I don't think it's something that should be like so dismissed, but I think there's a lot more to it than looking at it just like Ash Greninja, because there is a lot more reference to that Bond phenomenon than just Ash and his Greninja, you know? So that'd be my take on it, you know? Mega Mr. Mime has become reality. I'm gonna pursue you. Coming after you, chasing you down for the initial thought, bringing it into reality. One time I was doing Dynamax for shiny Mewtwo, but I got a shiny Mr. Mime instead. Shiny Mr. Mime's nice. It's the green is, I'm not a huge green shiny fan, but that one's pretty up there on the list of green shinies. Doesn't beat Espeon in my opinion, but it's a nice shiny. Josh, 2,444 was wrong. Sorry, Josh. Battle Bond and Synchro Machine in Indigo Disc are sure related somehow. That's the other thing. I think, you know, I think the Synchro Machine has got some big part to play in it. And how many people did you see watch that trailer and instantly talk about, oh, it's Pikachu's being synced at the minute by its trainer because it looks like it's been synced. Like, that's the animation that you get when the synchronized machine was first used. It's like so many people thought that, and is that too far away from being like, okay, well, the synchro machine, it was introduced in the Indigo disc for a reason, right? It's something that they're probably going to use in future games, and this is kind of the taster for it. So there could be a link there between that as well and the bond phenomenon. So I think it's not something to glaze over or just say let go, you know. What if Battle Bond is a variant of Mega that wasn't understood properly? Exactly. And it would make more sense if that is a thing, if it's not set in the past as well. Even if it is set in the past, I think you could still get away for it because it's still something that's not understood to this day. And that's the thing. It wasn't understood when it was like, I don't know how long ago it originally happened, where this legend, but there's a picture of a ninja and the original Greninja that had that Battle Bond form, but I don't know when it, like, there was no time period when it was said, but it looks old, you know, when it was first. So yeah, the information on it's pretty sketchy, pretty slim. Be interesting if Battle Bond was incorporated as a Mega Evolution, where the bond was so strong between Pokemon and trainer that the Mega Stone was not needed. That's the that would be a cool way for them to do it. And then you could do it with any Pokemon that could Mega Evolve, because I guess you would just treat it like a friendship level thing in game, where you just have to build that bond up with your Pokemon, and once you hit that like bond level, which could be a separate thing to friendship, then you got the ability to Mega Evolve your Pokemon. So that could be something they do. One Human, how are you doing? I hope you're well and having a great day. I'm still calling 3,337. I appreciate the guest, my friend, and I hope you're having a great day. Though I'll be glad if you get it before then. You and me both, mate. But thank you, appreciate it. It's not, we're not terribly far off that now. Johnny, I brought the tickets to Andres. You need some blessings. We have a plane tomorrow at 6 in the morning, Heathrow Airport. I'll see you there. See you there, mate. Jokes aside, I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good. And just hope we could get a shiny coming up, mate, today. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day, my friend, and as always, great to see you. Side delayed. Did catch up with the neighbors though. Going back out soon. Well, it's always nice to catch up with the neighbors, Rose. What's the delay? How long is it going to be? Have they said, or is it just delayed? If Battle Bond is going to be a thing, then Chestnut and Delphox going to have to get that. They deserve it. I feel the same. Yeah, I think like that could make sense why we potentially, even that, the thought of having not the Kalos trio, the starters, as our first starter choice, but following suit with X and Y, where we get them as a kind of secondary starter set, and a bit like how the Kanto starters in X and Y got Mega Evolutions, but the Kalos starters didn't. This time around, the Kalos starters get the new gimmick, whatever it is, whether that be a Mega like we expect it to be, or if it be like a Battle Bond evolution, you know? Who knows? It's always good to have the conversation though, but you know, I think the other thing to think about as well is Stefan could be completely on the right lines with this. He could be right thinking that the bond phenomenon is something to forget about. I just feel like it's just, there's been so much made of it in, you know, I guess the canon to X and Y, because we didn't get Z, right? The only canon that we had to that was the X, Y, and Z anime. You know, we had all the Zygote story play out and that, and whether or not that's going to be really true to what we see play out in the games, I think there has a lot of references in there that are going to be like oversaw by Game Freak. They're going to, you know, make sure that they don't say anything that's not super true to how things are going to play out in the game. It doesn't have to be super similar, but I think a lot of it, you know, especially with the Battle Bond stuff, is obviously going to be a different slightly because of the Mega Evolution mechanic and how it doesn't work like that in the games. But I think a lot of it could be quite true with the lore and things that they talk about with the Battle Bond phenomenon to how it could play out in the games. Like you say, it could end up just being a new way to Mega Evolve, like, you know, the Ash Greninja that we had back in the past. They're saying now, well, that's a special case. If you want to do it with other Greninja, then they figured out a method to be able to do it. Natasha, thank you so much for the subscribe. Really appreciate it. If you joined the stream this morning, I hope you enjoy it with us. But yeah, loads of stuff I think that it could be. And of course, until we get any more information out on the games, it's all... no one's really right and no one's really wrong, I guess. And that's the kind of fun bit about it, you know. But I respect everyone's opinions on it. But I do think there is something in the bond phenomenon. And I'm quite happy to sit here if we get a year, you know, 6-9 months down the line and we get the information about the games, to sit here and say I was so wrong with that. It was just a thought though, you know. But you gotta have ideas, and it makes it fun in the lead up. I was thinking yesterday it was a shame they didn't give us a Battlebond Greninja raid event on Pokemon Day since the year was announced. Maybe the next one. They kind of have give us that event though, AO Geeks, because we had the Greninja. It was like, was it after Cinderace? And it had the Battle Bond ability. The only problem is in Scarlet and Violet, the Battle Bond ability's been nerfed compared to what it was in the anime. Whenever the Battle Bonded Mon gets hurt, the trainer as well, I believe. Yeah, that's so true. And the interesting thing is when Lysander's trying to take control of Ash and Greninja, because he thinks like Ash is the chosen one, because he's been able to have this bond phenomenon with his Greninja, so he's like tries to control them with the same energy, which is like mega based energy that he's controlling Zygarde with. So he can control Zygarde with this mega energy that he's created from the machine. But the bond between the Ash and the Greninja, he states in the anime, is more powerful than mega evolution energy, and he can't control them. And I think that's really interesting. I think there is probably some truth in that, you know. Swamp Thing 1, I appreciate your screen layout. It's perfectly balanced, like all this should be. Thank you, Swamp Thing. I appreciate it, mate. The numbers are slightly off. I get a bit annoyed with those, but I guess it's because they're changing all the time. It's hard to kind of get the placement right for them. I do try and tweak them every time, but thank you so much, mate. I appreciate that. GCZ Cosmic, how are we doing? How have you not got the shiny? I know. These games are cursed. I didn't realize the Greninja they released had that. Yeah, it was the I don't think it was the design of the original Battle Bond Greninja, like, you know, the one that we got for the demo, which was very Ash looking, but it did have the Battle Bond ability. Gonna take Mega and be happy. I think, like, I'm not saying that I don't want Megas. I just think they might. There's just some reason I just feel like they're gonna expand on Megas slightly more than what we've seen them in the past, and not just new Mega evolutions. You know, I think there might be something else. I just feel like there's so much to this bond phenomenon thing, and they went so deep on it within the anime. It was such a big part of the anime in that X, Y, and Z series in particular. The whole arc of Greninja, you know, and it ends up leaving at the end because it's helping Zygarde to, you know, track down. I can't remember what they're tracking down. Was it the infected cells or something like that? I can't remember what it was anyway, but Greninja could sense them, so Greninja leaves Ash in the end. But it's a whole arc really on Greninja, that whole XYZ series, you know, with Ash in there. But it's really about Greninja and then Zygarde. I think about the bond phenomena. I just think there's a lot to it, but I'd be happy with just the Megas if that's all we got. I always thought the Battle Bond Ninja was just a gimmick from the anime and nothing serious. Has never been competitively available, and how you get it is akin to a Mythicals. I wouldn't overthink it. Yeah, but until Scarlet and Violet, Johnny, and then we have had Battle Bond Greninja as a raid event. So up until that point, I think, yeah. And the reason why they might, like, I think if it wasn't anything to think about, I think, well, just give it a different hidden ability and just try and forget about it if it wasn't anything to have reference to, or if it wasn't any importance going forward. I think then you wouldn't make a thing of it being like, they nerfed the ability as well, you know, so you can get Battle Bond Greninja in Scarlet and Violet. now, you know, and especially because Froaky's in the DLCs as well. So yeah, I don't know if I'd agree with that so much. I think with the synchro machine as well, with that being a big part of, like, you know, you have a bond with Pokemon, the synchro machine is definitely a bond, a way of linking up with your Pokemon. So, and like Lisa said as well, the bond in the anime, how it's portrayed, the bond's so strong, if your Pokemon gets hurt, you get hurt as well. So it's kind of like a two-way thing. I'm not going to drop the battle bond. I fully am behind this bond phenomenon being a thing in these new games. But like I say, I'm happy to sit here and be like, I'm wrong about it all. But it's always good to kind of speculate, you know? But I do believe there's something in it. There's just too much stuff going on with it for it to not be. Christina, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. And thanks for joining the stream. Will, I'm pretty sure the Greninja we got had the protein. I'll just spread some eggs. No way. Did it not have Battle Bond? Generate. Don't say this. Swear it had Battle Bond. Why have I convinced myself of this whole thing? Wait there. I need to actually just go and deviate now. Sorry, chat. I will do this while I'm doing the hunt as well. There we go. Terrorate event. Did it have protein? There it is. And battle. Did have protein. It did. Oh my god. But Battle Bond is an ability in the game. I know that for sure. But it did get nuked, didn't it? And I don't think it's got Battle Bond then. Okay, forget everything that I've just said. I can't believe this. No, it does get Battle Bond. Oh, Ash Greninja. Ash Greninja gets Battle Bond. Yeah, but the regular Greninja does not. Okay, yeah, so fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, Johnny, you were right. I'm sorry. Sorry, chat. I still feel like the Battle Bond thing might happen though. But Battle Bond did definitely get nerfed this generation. I know that for that has definitely happened. Will, I appreciate the update, mate. Can be passed down by breeding. You must be able to trade that Ash Greninja into Scarlet and Violet though. That's the thing, I guess. I love PLA. A poker game in life. Skipped the DS era and I never played X and Y, so I'm beyond hype for PLCA. I'm excited for you. You didn't get to play any of those era games. Wow, it's gonna be awesome for you to jump back into them, Gavin, and try them out. And yeah, ZA is gonna be awesome. Can't be passed down, only available via mystery gift only. So it is a bit like a mythical. So Johnny Hacks was right. Johnny, I apologize, mate. You were right. I was wrong. I don't know why I was convinced. I guess because protein only activates on one turn as well. So that has been nerfed, hasn't it? Says you, how are you doing? Good morning, my friend. 8:10 a.m. in the Southwest Texas. How's it going? Any luck so far? No luck so far, mate. I can't believe I just went on this whole rant about Battle Bond Greninja and it's not even a thing in the games. Fact check Lee before you go on rants. You're gonna get the Battle Bond Greninja via the Sun and Moon demo. Battle Bond Greninja can be transferred in, but it can't breed down the ability. Just checking too because it didn't sit right. It's the Greninja. Yes. Super confused. So crazy. The first time I'm about to finish the Paldea decks with my first finished decks ever. Is there someone active who could send me the Violet exclusive just to finish the decks? If anyone is around on Scarlet and Violet to help Sam, sure would appreciate the help. We have 9 generations of games with tons of spin-offs. It's impossible to remember everything. AO Geeks, thank you. You're making me feel slightly better about that stumble there. I would have, honestly, I was so convinced. I would have put my house on it. I'd have been like, yeah, it was Battle Bond. I think because probably at the time it was after you got it, we could have transferred in the Ash Greninja to Scarlet and Violet, and I've just confused that with the Battle Bond ability and us knowing that it got nerfed after that point where Greninja was available in the games, you know. Actually, we couldn't transfer it in because home wasn't updated at that point, but at one of the later updates, must have been around then. Mightiest Mark, Sassy Nature, Protein. protein ability. Sad times. Yeah, it's only through the Sun and Moon demo. I think if you've got the demo though, it's unlimited. Greninja is how many you can get, isn't it? Onto different copies of the game. Like new saves and stuff. So update, I finally defeated Charizard the Unrivaled last night with your Fluttermane build. Finally all caught up with the 7-star raids. Nice, Sergio. I hope the build was helpful anyway in making it nice, quick and easy. Thanks for everything, Lee. And chat, you'll convince me to use the Fluttermane. No problem, mate. I feel like the Flutter is probably the fastest? I don't know, yeah. Probably fastest solo. Sylveon's kind of close to it. Sylveon can do it quick as well, mind. But yeah, I'm pleased it worked out. It's a little unnecessary to nerf Battle Bond. It's not even a legal ability in competition. Yeah, it feels like that, doesn't it? Because what did it used to do? Because I think Battle Bond ability. Because I think between the generations, it's slightly different. In-game text. Changes boost to attack speed, special attack when opponents are knocked out. So it's a bit like Moxie, I guess. In a slight way. Strengthens the Pokemon bond with the trainer and it becomes Ash Greninja. Water Shuriken gets more powerful. And Scarlet and Violet changes to boost attack speed and special attack when opponents knocked out. When the user knocks out a target, its attack, special attack, and speed stats are boosted by 1 stage per battle. 1 stage per battle. I wonder if it was before where it give you a boost every time. Maybe, I don't know. But it looks like just 1 stage per battle. So yeah. But to start shiny hunting, Arceus, wish me luck. Petro, good luck with the Arceus shiny hunt. I hope you get it in a tiny amount of resets. It'd be wild if you got it on the first one. That would be insane, but I hope you get it very early, mate, and keep us up to date with how it's gone. Jason, with the Battle Bond being related to friendship, what if Battle Bond is a natural version of Mega Evolution, where the Mega we've had was energy from the ultimate weapon? That was why they had the wall. Potentially. I mean, the energy that comes from that powers the ultimate weapon is there's 2 things that power it. There's the light of Xerneas and Yveltal, and then the life force of Pokemon. That's why we've got all the Pokemon graves along Route 10, is it, in X and Y? So they were the Pokemon that we used in Sacrifice to power the ultimate weapon. That's why I think Flababy was horrified to know when the Floette was horrified when the Eternal Floette was made through the machine. That all these Pokemon are being sacrificed just to bring it back. So there's like 2 components to it. So you could say the life force of all Pokemon, there is something to it. I guess when... And then the theory goes is when the ultimate weapon fired, its energy fused like evolution stones into mega stones. But I think people have made really good points about, well, Mewtwo wasn't even created like 3,000 years ago, so where's the Mewtwo X and Y mega stones come from? It's almost like have they been man-made, or is there something to it, you know? 8 minutes to launch. What I remember was Greninja could only proc Battle Bond once. If it fainted, it can't activate it again. Okay. Stefan, thank you so much and wishing you shiny luck. Keep watching, waiting for it to shine. Thank you, Stefan. I appreciate it, my friend. I really do. And I hope we do see it shine today. That 4-leaf clover though there might give us a little bit of luck. I can't believe that we've still not had the shiny. Tried to fight Arceus in Legends Arceus, but I can't seem to beat it. Carrie, it's such a difficult battle. You're not starting from the beginning every time? Are you kind of just keeping your continuing from your defeated point, because you've got that option, I think, every time that you get defeated, and that does make it easier to run through it, but it is super tough. It's getting the timing of the jumps right to avoid the lasers when it's firing around, and then when it does the Y, yeah, it's It's horrible. I hope you have a bit more luck when you go back to it. It's sometimes having a break from those sort of things. I always find, like, if you have a little break and then go back to it, you have a bit more luck the next time. While, like, subconsciously, like, how to do it kind of settles in a bit. But good luck with the next time that you do try it. Could Deoxys be a weapon? I guess so. Yeah, definitely. Johnny, scared you off, mate. Scared you off because of our chat. You're like, nah, I'm not putting up with this guy anymore. Nah, I'm joking, mate. Thanks for coming by the stream today. You have a great rest of your day, mate, and evening as well, and I'll hopefully catch up with you soon. Hopefully we get the shiny. Deoxys won't be a weapon. It came from space. Yeah, well, when did it? Is it ever stated in any of the text when it arrived or when it was first discovered? Almost at full odds. Almost there, mate. Absolute nuts. Big style. I hope you're having a good day though, my friend. Thanks for hopping in and joining the stream today with us. Maybe the Bond phenomenon is just a wild theory. Maybe it is, but I kind of like to see something done with it. I think the whole synchro machine plays on that whole thing a little bit too much. Probably for me, and I'm probably kind of pushing it a bit too much, but I guess we'll see what happens. It might just be Mega Evolution that we see. Good morning, Bryce. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day yourself, my friend. Great to see you as always. No shiny just yet, though. 2,500 resets coming up. 5,000 resets in total. That'd be like 30,000 starter scene. Is that right? Yep. Oh yeah, 15, because I'm not timesing it by 6, because we're counting 2 times. Yeah, of course. Yeah, 300. Yeah, 15,000 of course. I'm timesing it by 6, thinking by 6, but we're combining the actual resets that we've done already together. So yeah, 15,000. 15,000 still a lot of starters. Not a 30,000. That would be worrying. I think Charlie, when I spoke to Charlie, I think he was around 36,000 starters before he saw any of his shine. Seems crazy. I was able to get it under half, and at one point yeah, I was continuing from fainting and then misclicked and had to start over again. I did that the first time around when I did the Arceus. It's so annoying, isn't it? It's gonna try again in a few days. Sorry to hear that you misclicked, okay. It's always so annoying when you do that and you have to start all your progress once again, but when you go back to it, hope you have a bit better time. Should be getting ads. Should I be getting ads in the live stream? I'm not too sure. There shouldn't be any. I don't know. I haven't set any a way to go, so I don't know what YouTube's doing. One human, 30,000 and no shiny. That would hurt. Let me have a look, because I know he posted recently to tell me what he actually got, the amount, and I thought that is absolutely insane. 36,000 starters seen. No, that's, yeah, 36,000 he saw. And it didn't get one shiny in those 36,000 checks. That is absolutely madness. And I think he ended up getting a Chikorita, he said. Nick, I think Totodile would be the one that I would like to get, but I will take any of them at this point. Thank you. Hope you today get the shiny. Hopefully, Bryce. Thank you so much, mate. Hopefully we do see something shine. Thank you, Kari. I appreciate that. Come on, reset. Does anyone have Necrozma mapped on Sword and Shield? Driving me mad. I don't know if I've got. I don't think I've got Necrozma. I can check though, Matt, if I've got it. It's so frustrating though when you're trying to find just that one and you're trying to do it, it can drive you mad. I know I was trying to do it for Solgaleo and it was just days of doing it before I got help with someone else just to let me kind of take it from their game. Trying to pass my luck on to you today. Got a shiny Tapu Koko from a second raid. It was last night in Sword. Nice, Javier. That is amazing to hear. Congrats on the shiny Tapu Koko. 2 raids in as well. That's insane luck. That's amazing. Post 30k. It was 36k for Chikorita. Definitely not worth it. No. Crazy. What's up, Jason? How are you doing, mate? I hope you're well and having a great start to your day. Nick Todd LSC. I believe Chikorita would be the easiest to play through the game after the first gym. Yeah, after the first gym, you're right. Yeah. I think Cyndaquil for the whole run would probably be the easiest one, and then we don't need to grab ourselves. I guess it depends which version we go into, but a fire type would be nice to have from the start with Cyndaquil, because we get the Gyarados for free in the shiny run. So that's kind of like a fire water core. We just need a grass one to make up the fire water grass core if we went down that route. I don't know if it's essential in these games though. The nice thing about HeartGold Soul Silver is that the levels of the Elite Four is so much lower than any other game. I think the level cap for the champions like 50, which is crazy low. Oh yeah, Chikorita is not that great against Bugsy. I forget about Bugsy. It's the second gym. Fire-type generator are always the easiest starter, aren't they? Unless it's Gen 1 and you have a really rough time with the fire starter there. But normally, Kaylee, yeah. I'd say you're probably right. What's it going off? The rocket launches now. I need to check it out. Should have had it up on the screen. Yeah, we could have all watched it together. I hope those of you that are watching the launch though enjoy it and it goes off well. You have to tell me how it went. And resume my friend Safari and X. I'm at 700 encounters for Pancham. Oh, good luck with that, Gary. I hope you managed to get it. Forget about the friend Safari. X and Y, it's so good. It's such a good feature. And decent for shiny hunting as well. But I hope you get the Pancham very soon. It's Team Rocket launching. Huge rocket. I haven't looked in too much into it. There's a few people watching it right now, so I think it's happening as we speak. Might have happened by now. Can we see it shine? Nothing. They had been hunting Zygarde route for the Dynamax Adventures with nothing showing up last night. Was looking through home and found that I captured it a few years ago. Oh wow, dude, was it the shiny Bryce as well? Or was it just the regular one? That's crazy though, that you found it. You should start a new profile. If it wasn't the shiny, you could start a new profile on your Switch and then get to the Dynamax Adventure rates and try again for the shiny. Do you have any tips for shiny hunting besides taking vitamin patience? Lol. For these sort of shiny hunts, Matt, I always think that these longer hunts, it's always like, you know, I would generally sit and watch YouTube, do stuff like that, or put an anime on in the background or a movie on or something like that to kind of help pass the time when you're doing it. But yeah, taking vitamin P is the one thing. I decided to start a new Pokemon anime on Netflix last night. It's man, I feel bad for kids these days. Not a fan, Riley. Not feeling it. It's hard to beat the classic, the original series, I feel, but you know what? When I went back, I will say, when I went back and watched the X, Y, and Z series, I had a lot of fun watching that through. It was actually really good. Better than what I remembered, because it was a bit patchy. I couldn't really remember most of it, and there was a lot of it that I hadn't seen before, so it was kind of nice going back and rewatching it. Poor Futterman got bodied online this morning with Charizard. I think the Gallade someone brought was it to set up Sun and Flamethrower right away. Kept getting crit Flamethrowered out. What? Oh my gosh. That's not fun. Online raids can be absolutely brutal. I don't know why they're so much more brutal than doing it solo in game by yourself. Ash, how you doing? I hope you're well. Thanks for hopping in and joining the stream. I'm good, my friend. I hope you are as well. Just a regular one. Don't think I knew at the time they could be shiny. Ah, okay. Bryce, yeah, you should start a new profile. Go through it, because I think you can get the Dynamax Adventures in about an hour and a half. You won't have the shiny charm mods, but still like 1 in 300. Really good. You go for it again. Get it shiny this time. AO Geeks, and watch your streams and thoughts when I'm shiny hunting or playing Nuzlocke. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. But I think things like that definitely help pass the time when you're doing like maybe the longer hunts and stuff like that, for sure. Realize how much the original anime needed the narrator to keep things moving along. The whole inner monologue that the new Ash does was just brutal to listen to. I love the old narrator. Previously on Pokemon. Cannash. Beat the Pharaoh. I love that. Yeah, all good. Always reminded me of the commentator as well. Very similar to the commentator in Stadium, but I guess not as well, because the commentator in Stadium is very distinct, weren't they? But for some reason in my head they sound pretty similar when they're not similar at all. Persist with it, Riley. You might grow to like it and see past that, or maybe it just continues to grate on you even further. Because there was rumored that there's a movie coming out this year, but I've heard nothing about a new movie as of yet, so I don't know if that's happening or not. I have no idea, because I've heard nothing since, like, I thought we'd get like the announcement on Pokemon Day. Sergio, that's terrible, mate. We can't have that context on here. Any good Pokemon puns or jokes? Always remember, don't take a bath at my house because I might Pikachu. I can't. The only one I know is inappropriate, and I probably shouldn't speak on YouTube really, but yeah, I'll leave that one for now. Really, me and some friends are watching through the anime currently XY, and it's really good in my opinion. Petra, yeah, it's awesome. I really enjoyed it. I think that whole series saga is very cool, and how it all ends as well. You pass shiny odds. We are no. Well, so technically we're past shiny odds, yeah. But for the individuals on the Meech, no, not quite. Where can I watch XY anime? I stopped watching the anime at this point. So in the UK, you can watch it on Amazon Prime, have all the XY anime stuff now. on there, so that they got XY and then XYZ as well. That's why I watched it all. In the art style, environment, and the interconnectedness you feel about the regions and Pokemon is cool. It's just the characters and the dialogue are tough. The Prof Colonel Mustang guy is cool though. Yeah, he's cool. No, I get what you're saying, mate. How'd you get 100 Pikachus on a bus? Pokemon. The old classic Bulldog, mate. I love it. New to the stream, wish you luck with the start a shiny hunt. Thank you so much, Anthony. I really appreciate it. And thanks for swinging by the stream today. Currently hunting 3 set of all the starters plus 1 for each of the legend starters. Calling 2,525 for the shiny check. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. And good luck with your shiny hunts as well. I hope you see lots of sparkles very soon. Keep us up to date if you do get them. I'd love to hear and cheer you on for the shinies you get. Mr. Wolf, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. You don't want to be watching the launch because of Elon is talking about Bitcoin. No, he's not, Jazzy Girl. Seriously. He's not. At a launch? That's crazy. Bitcoin. It's a straight, it's a fake stream. Okay, that makes more sense. Mr. Wolf, great to hear, my friend. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Enjoying the stream this morning. Just the only thing we're missing is a shiny. But we've got our daily dose of Animal Crossing tunes that we can enjoy right now. But doing all right, mate. Hope the rest of your day goes good, and maybe you coming in has brought us a little bit of shiny luck that we need just to tip us over the edge. Jazzy Girl. No, it is not, because it is on the SpaceX YouTube channel. It's got to shine before 3,000, surely. Matt, I hope, mate. That's my guess. I think in the next 500, we've got to see it shine. Got to. But I guess it doesn't necessarily have to. Song always cracks me up. Always, mate. When I hear it come on, I'm like, oh. I find it like I think because I've heard it so much recently, it's not as bad. But when it first used to like come on the cycle, I used to find it so hard to concentrate because I'd always have this like in my ear and I'd be like, but it's all right now. Better enough in a short period of time where it's not as distracting. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. It's not a genuine SpaceX channel because the EI fell for it being with as the launch was happening. Okay, 1 hour before it actually happened. All right, so it's a fake SpaceX channel. It seems odd that Elon would be pushing the old Bitcoin at a launch. Seems like such an out of place to talk about it, you know. Matt, has the launch happened yet then? So has it went up, or is it still pending? It's pretty exciting though. Imagine being Rose and like being able to view it from your driveway. That is awesome. I love that. Was 10 seconds to launch and then the Bitcoin each kicked in. Lol, it launched 30 minutes ago. Okay, nice. I hope it went well and you enjoyed it, everyone that was watching it. Sky News is showing it now. Man, I'm gonna stop pushing the bond phenomenon for a little while. I feel like there's probably, we'll just wait and see what we get in any new trailer. Just go with the mega theory for now. It's safer. We know megas are gonna be there in the games. But what megas, right? I wonder if we will say like Mega Xerneas and Mega Yveltal as a thing. Because it feels like they will be capable of Mega Evolving, just going back to, you know, how the Mega Stones were originally created through the excess power from the power from the ultimate weapon affecting evolution stones. And it was all kind of part of that was Xerneas and Yveltal's light. So you would think that the light that they are able to produce, surely they can do something with their own power to kind of harness that energy to make them almost Mega Evolve themselves. Imagine we will at least get a reference to Battle Bond. Yeah, probably post. Riley, Battle Bond would be a shock. It was only a thing in the demo to reference a new anime, which is now done, right? It is done. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I'm hanging my hat on. I honestly feel like I probably went down the rabbit hole a bit hard just because of the Synchro Machine and how that first trailer shows Pikachu like it's almost in sync mode. And then I'm just joining dots and being like, it has to be this, it has to be that. And it probably means nothing, right? Although I will say there is that picture in the Glitterati's house that we know is the Glitterati's house now, of the Battle Bond Greninja, which is kind of weird, I'm just saying, that's though, I'll leave it there. I'm going to draw a line under it and I will never speak of it again. But yeah. Tilda, how are you doing? Good morning, afternoon, evening. I hope you are well and having a great day. Thanks for opening and joining. I know you want to move on from Battle Bond, but I want... Eric, stop. Right, Eric. I don't generally put people in timeout, but the spam is unnecessary. Try to read the chat, mate. We'll give you a 5 minute. We'll give you a 5 minute timeout. And then if you come back and do it again, the ban hammer will be dropped. Where was I? Okay, well, I know you want to move on from Battle Bond, but I want to just add that having the bond with a Pokemon be the vehicle for Mega Evolution sounds awesome. Never liked that it took man-made items. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Like it could be an expansion that way, I guess. Yeah, on the whole thing, and just like done in a different roundabout way that they find that the Mega Stones aren't needed essentially to Mega Evolve Pokemon. There is an alternative way to do it. Yeah, be kind of nice if that was something that we saw built on. Charles, I wish Beedrill was better. One of my favorite shinies, and Mega is pretty cool too. The Mega is great, isn't it? Yeah, it's an absolute glass cannon though. It just needs a little bit more like defensive. You know, if it's got a bit more like and put it into defenses, be great. It's a great Mega though. Chloe, I dipped out for a bit, was hoping to come back to the shiny. I'm sorry to disappoint, Chloe. We are still looking, but maybe it drops soon. Put on the naughty step. 5 minutes is generous. There's so many options now. I think it used to just be automatic. You never got to pick. Not that I've done it loads, but you used to be able to get to pick. Like, never got to pick an option with how long in timeout. It's crazy. And I didn't even look down the list. That was like the second option. I was like, yeah, 30 seconds feels like it would do nothing. A minute, maybe. 5 minutes seems like, yeah. We'll get a break from Eric for a moment. It's so amazing to me that there is something like a calculator in the game that counts the odd rate. Like, if it doesn't, could it take a million tries? It could technically take, you could technically do it. You know, you could be that unlucky. You could do a million resets and still not get it. It's unlikely, but yeah, you could technically do it. You could be that unlucky. Sure, you like the stream? Thank you, Stefan. I really appreciate it. Oh, wow, chat. We smashed that 100 like target. Thank you so much for that, chat. You are all, as always, insanely amazing. So thank you so much for that 123 likes we got so far. So big kudos to you guys. Thank you so much. Never melt ice. Thank you, mate. Scuddy, how are you doing, my friend? I hope you're well. Just dropping by to say good luck on the shiny hunt. Made a little progress on my shiny living dex in Scarlet and got Salazzle. Very nice, mate. Congrats on that one. and hoping to see that shiny starter later, hopefully, mate. But I really appreciate you dropping by, and thank you for the good luck. And also, congrats to you on getting that step closer to completing that live index, mate. Very nice. Sergio, do you think the next game will have a horror ghost story? I think it could do, you know, with the Hex Maniac girl that we had in X and Y, and they appear, and the only text before they disappear is just saying that, no, you're not the one. I feel like there's something there, isn't there, with that whole story, and the one being maybe the character that you are in ZA. So yeah, I think there could be, mate. Genuinely feel like that this is an opportunity for them to bring that back and explain that whole thing. Halfway through my workday, shiny will appear now. I hope you're right, Kaylee, and I hope the rest of your workday goes nice and quickly for you as well. Which other games work with the soft resets like Deoxys Encounter? Majority of them work, I think. So even like stuff up to BDSP works for soft resetting for the legendaries. But you can go right back to like gold, silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire. I like all of them really work for soft resetting methods. It's just whether or not, like emerald's really the only one that I would say it won't work on because of how the seeds are set in that game, and it makes it weird for soft resetting, where it will always be the same frame and seed whenever you restart the game. So it's kind of impossible to do. But other than emerald, everything, every other game there is, you're pretty much going to have that same ability to soft reset for a shiny like this. It's just whether or not the Pokemon's available to hunt. Some hunts are easier than others. Like the exit, like this one compared to hunting the shiny starters in X and Y. Like here we can check 3 Pokemon at once. X and Y, you have to go through a lot of dialogue before you even just get 1 Pokemon, so it's really long. But you would essentially use the same method to soft reset for the shinies in those games as well. Outdoors are calling. Best of luck with the hunt. Catch you next time, David. Enjoy yourself this afternoon, whatever you're up to, mate. And thanks for coming by today. Hope to see you in the next one. Maybe we'll have some good news when we come back on to the next one. Maybe we got the shiny. I want a bad shiny luck story. I did 600 Dynamax adventures and sold for Tapu Lele and didn't get a single shiny of any kind the whole time, Dragon Storm. That's crazy. 600. Man, you should have at least had like 1 shiny at least. That's crazy. Well, if you're catching Pokemon along the way, should have a lot more shinies than that. That's mad. Professor Og, next one is the shiny. Copty Luke, I'm excited for Mega Salamence to return. Yes, mate. Mega Salamence is just so good. Way better than Paradox Salamence or Roaring Moon. In my opinion, anyway. I just think Mega Salamence is so much stronger. Thanks so much for hitting the like goal, chat. It's the best community out there. I 100% back that comment and second it, mate. And again, thank you, chat, for the all the likes today for the stream. Oh, I'm just sorry we haven't got the shiny yet. We're gonna get it though. Are you saying there is no calculator for the shiny starter? I guess we need to wish luck even more. Yeah. Basically, you've got your rods, and it's just, yeah, kind of hoping you get it within those odds, because they're the odds of you being able to get it. And yeah, but technically you could go on forever without getting it. They just announced Ogapon EX for TCG. Wow, that is awesome. Did you see the full trailer that they put out this morning for the Miraidon motorcycle, the Toyota one? It's very cool. It's huge though, isn't it? I guess it has to be. It has to be bigger than a regular bike. I'm doing X and Y right now. About 35 encounters per hour. Brutal. Post. That is absolutely brutal. That's crazy. I wish you luck with the shiny hunt though. I hope you get it very, very soon. Yeah, by the way, the first Suicune and Dynamax raid Can we? Don't catch it. The first one, I would always catch. No, I would catch it. Always catch it. Just don't take it, because you get presented with it at the end of the Dynamax Adventure Raid. Just, if it's not shiny, just don't take it, because then it locks you out from being able to catch it again. But always catch it. Dragonstone, meanwhile, I got 3 random shinies on my Violet playthrough. Nice. What were they? Is that you can catch it, but don't take it. Yeah, yeah. Tomahawk, yeah, I want it. It's a great shiny. Sorry, a bit. It's a great motorcycle. I really would like one. I don't think they're going into production though. It's just like a prototype for show, isn't it? If I start a new game in my virtual console crystal, will I be able to get the GIS ball again to shiny hunt Celebi? Yes, you will. Yeah, so it's in each playthrough. And I stuck trying to get a shiny Turtwig in Platinum. How many resets did you do for that? Of watching your streams while having breakfast, but I hate to say that the starters haven't been shiny yet. Sending lots of luck. Joseph, thank you so much, mate. I appreciate it. And I hope you're enjoying your breakfast. Always great to have you join us whenever you can on the stream. So thanks so much for swinging by. Chloe, what's everyone's toughest shiny hunt been? Miss Magius was hard for me. Took tons of attempts. Finally got one yesterday. Nice. Awesome to hear. Which game was that in? Chloe, but nice. Such a nice shiny as well. The shiny hunting in Colosseum. Oof. With 5-minute resets per check. That is brutal per check. And now being able to random encounter with more encounters per minute than I was getting per hour is a beauty. Colosseum, 5 minutes per check is rough, mate. That is crazy. You managed to do it though and get the Sneasel. That's amazing. Is that the only shiny that you got in those games? Thanks for the reply. I might start a 3rd playthrough to shiny hunt. Just bring all the Pokemon from home to get the shiny charm. It's not a bad idea, yeah, to do that. Drowsy, Hoppip and Mudbrain. Nice collection, Dragonstorm. Maybe they'll have them ride on motorcycle and display at Worlds. That would be wild, wouldn't it? Be crazy. Yeah, possibly, you know? Not too far between Hawaii and Japan. Like, not too far. Is there a way to use rubber bands on the L and R, the normal 2DS, and not the 2DS XL? Because I want a soft reset for the Reggies and Oros at some point. I think you'd probably stream anyways. Morning, Zachary, how are we doing today? I hope you're well and YouTube playing up. Thanks for hopping in and joining, but I hope you're having a fantastic day. Maybe the shiny is waiting to appear until you blessed us this morning by coming by. Not this time. But we're getting deeper in with these resets. Fluke to shiny Lechonk in the first area of Scarlet. Love that little pink fella. Named him Bacon, of course. Great nickname. Was that in your first playthrough as well? That's amazing. I love that. That's great. Hardest shiny to get was Hisuian Sneasel in PLA. Yeah, some of the shinies in PLA were difficult. I remember like Spiritomb was always a tricky one for me to get when I got Spiritomb in the mass outbreaks. I didn't attempt the reset going back to camp and going back for the static one. I just waited until the mass outbreaks were a thing and then went for it that way. But still, even then, they were like pretty aggro because they spot you pretty easily in that game, and then it's hard to take them down. They're pretty strong as well. So far, yes, just a Sneasel on Colosseum, but I'll probably do a Croconaw shiny hunt as well. That'd be amazing, mate. How long did the Sneasel take you, like from start to finish, to get, and how many resets? Or were you just not counting, just doing it until you got it? Oh yeah, don't count, but I start in February, beginning of February. Ah, okay, Javier. I hope you manage to get it soon, mate. Rubber bands sometimes are quite loose though, so I need to readjust its placement. They do work. Yeah, I tend to use a bit of tape, just like a small section of tape, and just put it over so it kind of holds it down. It doesn't always work though. Sometimes you have to like, yeah, readjust it and stuff. Since you have secrets later today. So we got probably another like half an hour today before I do need to shoot it off, unfortunately. But hopefully I'll be able to explain all tomorrow's stream. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Continuing with this one. It's looking unlikely that we're going to have another day of not getting the shiny. I can't believe it's gone on so long. My first shiny in Scarlet and Violet was shiny Gyarados. Wow, Olio, that's an amazing shiny, mate, to get as your first one. That's crazy. I love that. As many resets means there is something out there who gets a shiny first time. Yes, I feel like it. And I've seen loads of people like do their shiny hunt and they're like 3 hours in to just resetting and they get it, and they're only on one cart as well. Like, I honestly thought with doing 2 carts at the same time it would give us a better chance to get into the game a little bit quicker, but obviously not. Imagine if we just did the 1 cart. Sergio, running on 4 hours of sleep is really not cool. Had to stay up late to meal prep. Ah, Sergio, mate, I feel you, man. I hope you managed to get some good rest tonight. But yeah, 4 hours is just not enough. Get through, power through today, mate, and then reset for tomorrow. Thoughts are with you, dude, though, because it is rough. I've been there many times. You getting a character in Legends EA. How wild would that be? I always think that was like a cool thing in, you know, what was it, 2012 Worlds? Yeah, 2012 World Championships, and they got the top 4 in each age division got into the games in Black and White too, and the battle thing feature. But it would be cool if, you know, a world champion, you got a world champion, you wrote somehow into the next Pokemon game. Like just not a character at all, just someone that's standing around that, you know, or even a trainer that you have to take on at like at some point in the game just as a challenge. It'd be kind of wild. It'd be such a cool prize. My quest for this is trying to get a shiny Spiritomb in Platinum to get as many ribbons as I can before the end of the online services for the 3DS. It's a great quest and good luck with it. I really hope you're able to get the shiny Spiritomb soon so you can get all those ribbons in a nice amount of time. I don't like double typing since it applies pressure to the buttons that if it loses the clickiness you might be forced for the 2DS. Yeah, that's very true. The next game, when you go into the 4, they will have the casting it live. Kind of like the FIFA commentators. That would be wild. That would be amazing. Imagine casting on an actual Pokemon game. I don't know. I don't think they'd pick my voice. I think there's some of the other casters that they might pick ahead of me for that one. But I would take it. If the offer was ever there, they'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, heck yes. I would be like, yeah. My only payment is free the game early and DLCs early as well, if there is DLCs for every future Pokemon game. That'll be my contract. Pokemon will be like, nah, we'll get someone else in. Ha. The twist Volo in Arceus. How crazy would that be to have, like, it'd be so cool being a game designer because you could technically, you know, write yourself into games. Not obviously, but you know, you would know. How long is your longest shiny hunt? This one has been going on for a while. Jason, this is definitely, I think, my longest one. I keep thinking like that every shiny hunt that I've done, we've been pretty lucky with, really. Most of them are all under odds. There's very few. I think we did one Masuda hunt on the channel last year that went past odds, and I think that was for the Hisuian Zoroark, and I think that went past odds, and we ended up getting 2 of them in the with the remaining eggs. We got the after odds, but then like a few eggs after that we got a second one as well, so it kind of evened out in that respect there. So this one's definitely the longest. Like, we got the Celebi way under odds, and it's almost like payback now. Do you guys wish that future Pokemon games have Volo acting as a real Pokemon, as voices acting and real Pokemon cries? I would love to see voice acting, Sam. And there's a few people that aren't keen on that. And real Pokemon cries. I don't mind the Pokemon cries that we have now, to be honest. Do you mean like real Pokemon cries as in like they do in the anime? I kind of prefer probably the in-game cries to what we see in the anime, to be honest. That would be my choice, but definitely to the voice acting. Yeah, but the Pokemon cries, I kind of feel like the ones in game are super fine. I don't know if I kind of would like, because we got a taster of it, like with, I think in Pokemon Yellow, we got a taster of Pikachu saying Pika Pika, which is cute, but like, I don't know if I'd want to be wandering around and come across a random like Pyro and Pyro being like Pyro, you know, like something like that, or like Gyarados shouting its name at me randomly around a lake. It'd be kind of cool, I think, at first, but after a while, I think, yeah, I'm not too sure. What do you think? What are you guys' thoughts on it? But the voice acting, I'm 100% down with. I would love to see voice acting in the Pokemon games. I just feel like it's just the next step they need to take with the games. Maybe ZA is where we get it. You never know. Aren't we at the point at almost 99.9% chance of seeing a shiny by now? Are we sure that checking on these screens is where the shiny would be? Yeah, 100% would be. It's yeah, not 99.9% chance of a shiny now, but we should, well, we're past odds, so we should be getting one. We should be getting one. But it can happen at any time, you know. But these are definitely the right screens to be checking on. We're not missing anything by doing them this way around. It should come in. It's just bad luck. Bad luck. If we do get the cartoon voices, I would have Metagross and Electabuzz on my permanent roster just to hear them say. Yeah, the Metagross one's cool. Some of them are like actually not too bad. I think I just automatically think of the one that just say their name, which aren't terrible, but yeah. Apparently YouTube leaked the name of the new Switch console. It's a Switch Attach. Oh wow, Zachary, that kind of like that name. That's to be true. Yeah, that's cool. Voice cries can be updated with modern tunes of something like that. For the old Pokemon like Staryu, really like to hear Staryu say, yeah. Staryu and Starmie are kind of wild cries. That would be kind of good, yeah. Like in those certain situations, yeah. Maybe like a cutscene, I would take the anime style battle cries. Yeah, in a cutscene where it's going to a battle, that might be kind of cool to do. But then it would be kind of out of context, wouldn't it, if they didn't carry that through the whole games, I guess. I think there's certain situations, like you've mentioned, like the Staryu and Starmie would be kind of cool ones to have, the Metagross as well. There's certain ones that would be really cool to have. Dan, almost double odds, yeah, pretty much. Because technically with us checking 6 at a time, it's like 1 in 1,300. So we technically, because we're checking 6 and the original odds are 1 in 8,000, it should reduce down, like I said, technically to 1 in 1,300. So we're almost at double odds with what we should be seeing. Sometimes the cries get annoying too for some Pokemon, but I wouldn't like them all shouting their names either. But the voice acting would be very cool. I think for the cutscenes at least. Voice acting, absolutely yes. Pokemon cries could be getting on our nerves. I think is pretty good like that. But what else for sure I want back is the shiny sound. Yeah, the shiny sound, voice acting, that would be perfect, wouldn't it? I don't think I'd mind if the cries changed too much. It wouldn't bother me a huge amount, because you're always going to have the option where you can kind of turn that kind of section down. Although I guess if you did that sound effects down, then you'd be turning like the shiny sparkle down if that came back as well. You probably wouldn't want to turn that off. That was a thing. I feel like I can hear something like behind me that's like banging on my shelf, but it's not. There's nothing there. There's a ghost in here. Don't let that battle. The anime battle cries distract you from the fact that Paris and Mewtwo sound the same. Do they? Do they actually? Paris. In game or like actually in the anime? I guess not in the anime because like Mewtwo sounds, well, Mewtwo just sounds like a dude, doesn't he? I know a couple of guys working on GTA 6 and they have put references to themselves in the game with graffiti on their names and stuff. That's very cool. That is like, that's the sort of thing that like, that is very cool, especially in GTA 6. That's wild. Just to be like, yeah, say to your friends, go around the corner, look what's in the game. That's very cool. I love that. Just run up to a group of Psyduck. Just hear nothing but Psy. That'd be kind of wild, wouldn't it? Like a mass outbreak of Psyduck. You'd drive you nuts. You'd be like Psy, duck. Be kind of funny though, wouldn't it, as well? But definitely after a while, if you're doing lots of outbreaks, you'd be driven mad. No, 1 in 8,092. 76 encounters at once, yeah. Well, if it's 1 in 1,365, technically around 3k resets for 90% odds. Yeah. So we're coming up on it. You have tons of patience. I can bear it. Let's go play. Thank you. Appreciate it. I swear, you guys make it easy to go through, like to carry on doing this and not think about it too much. It's Gengar playing you. Gengar's there. Got another Gengar sign directly behind my seat as well, so there's probably like 2 of them playing around in my room. Shiny Shadow sign, Shiny Sparkle would be nice to have back. Definitely would be, wouldn't it? Use lot. What happens when you reach 4,440 resets? Basically nothing. We carry on if we haven't got the shiny. That is the name of the game. The ghost in your room is preventing you from getting the shiny. Quick, dance the Macarena. Dance the Mochi dance. Please, for the love of God, bring back the shiny sound or sparkles. I think everyone like really would like to see that come back. I wonder like why they didn't just implement it in Scarlet and Violet. It's kind of strange, but hopefully it is in ZA, and then it'd be nice to see it kind of continue on to Gen 10 as well. An outbreak of Wobbuffet would be delightful though. Could you imagine? There would be some hilarious outbreaks if we actually had the proper real anime Pokemon cries for Pokemon. Don't know if my hope is too egotistical, but as a German, I would love the next main game to be in Germany with German culture Pokemon. I can totally tell who would get a beer Pokemon. That would be, yeah, it'd be kind of wild, wouldn't it? Beer Pokemon. Different beers as well. Like a Pilsner Pokemon and a real ale Pokemon. Yeah, that would be funny. You'd have to get a what is the sausage called? Bratwurst? I think I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know. A schnitzel Pokemon. Too many European games. It's time for Latin America Pokemon game to rise. I'd love to see that, Javier. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Australia, an African region, Latin America region would be amazing. So the culture in Latin America is absolutely amazing. So that would be, yeah, you could have like Aztec, Mayan, you know, there's so many references that you could do for stuff out there, and the terrains are so different, you know, because you've got like Argentina with the mountain ranges down there, and then you got the beaches and the other areas. Yeah, crazy. Be so good. I'd love that. The Gengars are jinxing you. Maybe change one for a Victini. Yeah, I need to get rid of the Gengars in the room. I think they're cursing us. Okay, Wobber, you're the worst. Then Psyduck, born in Germany. I would love that. Be great to see. Very good pronounced. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate that. At least I got something right today. My German VG friends would be happy with me. I think even if they did voices in the games, they'd keep the Pokemon cries the way they are. Kind of like Pokemon Origins. Yeah. That's how I could see it being played out. No, I think. Because it's been such a running thing now where we've just had those cries for such a long time. I just can't see them kind of changing that, where it's the voice acting just feels like it should be there, but it's just not. Imagine a Meowth outbreak and they're all Meowths. That's right. They all actually just talk. Yeah. Just having conversations with you in the outbreak. Has anyone hunted shiny Wattrel? Have my face an inch away from the screen, and I wonder if it's necessary, or is it fairly obvious in game? I think it's pretty obvious. They're like very similar shinies, but you can definitely tell the shiny from the non-shiny. It's one of those where you think it's not like super obvious, but in game when you see them next to each other, like if there is a bunch of the Wattrels on the field at the same time, you'll definitely be able to spot the Wattrel over the non-shiny. So yeah, hope that helps, and good luck with the shiny hunt, Will. Villainous teams could be luchadors in the Mexican-based game. That would be great. That would be great. We could have like based on the conquistadors, you know, because they came in and like raided the Mayans, you know, for their the Aztecs for their treasures and stuff. So that could be something that they play on. The gold. Maybe you could tie in Goldengo to that as well. Yeah, there's loads you could do. They'd be brilliant regions to have games on. Rafael, how are you doing, mate? Greetings from Brazil. Thanks so much for swinging by the stream today. I hope you're having a fantastic day over there in sunny Brazil. I'm presuming it's sunny. I feel like it's one of those places that's probably always sunny. Cloth, which one is your favorite gen? I'd probably say Gen 2 is my favorite gen. I think overall, like the more I think about Gen 2, just because we've got the ability to go, not necessarily to Kanto. I do love Kanto because I always will, because it's like the first Pokemon game I ever played. But I think the fact that we can go to 2 regions in this one game, and you've got like the battle with Red at the end, which is still probably one of the toughest battles that we, you know, that you can have in the games. There's just a lot to it, and I think in particular HeartGold Soul Silver did a really good job of doing the remakes of these games, so I think it just makes me like them even more. What about yourself though? What is your favorite gen? Making the Brat versus proud, not going for the Brat first. The Bratty. Lexi. I appreciate that, my friend. What up, peeps? How are you doing, Lance Dread? I hope you are well, mate, and great to see you as always. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks for swinging by the stream. Update had good luck with the Diancie against Charizard for an hour and a half straight. Light Screen, Trick Room, Moonblast, Diamond Storm. Perfect, mate. Great to hear. I'm pleased it's been working out well, and with the Shell Bell as well. Diancie. Nice, mate. Very cool. I did see a few Japanese players running Diancie in raids the last couple of days, so it's been interesting to like. I never saw the strats though, just like the flash of a YouTube video. I never watched it, but awesome to hear that it's been working out, mate. I'd don't know if I've got a Diancie in my Scarlet and Violet game to try. I'd like to try it out now. It's amazing. Let's go. I would love a game there. Yeah. Did you see the new arc of the Pokemon Horizons? The main characters are going to the Naraja Academy. I have seen, I'm not seeing, like, I'm not up to date. I don't know how many episodes we've got compared to the US. I would presume we've got a few more, but I'm still a little way behind with watching them all. Javier, I'm from Chile, and they did the same here. Chilean Pokedex. But I hope they did a Latin America country Pokemon games. I'd love to take at least one Pokemon based in every Latin America country. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Like inspiration from each one of the Latin American countries. That would be cool to see. I'd love that. And the thing is, with all of the, you know, the Aztec, the Mayans, and all of that lore that you've got, and the history that like that country's steeped in, or the countries are steeped in, you know, there's lots of like, you know, gods and things that you could base the legendaries off. It's very cool. Like, I think it would make such a very, very nice Pokemon game, like with lots of, yeah, I would love to see it. Love to see it. It would be brilliant. Come on, Game Freak, don't let us down. Professor Oak, Gen 2 is the god. Day and night cycle introduced berries in the color insane post game. Steel type, dark type. Younger players don't understand how amazing it was at the time. At the time, yeah. Dark and steel type was amazing at the time. It was crazy. How good was Skarmory back in the day? And Blissey as well. Prize has had me thinking we're getting Galar and Johto remix, but I wouldn't read too much into it. It does make you kind of get that vibe, doesn't it? I've given up all hope of a Johto remake this year. I've put all my money on Pokemon Black and White remake, and also, of course, as we know from today's stream, the the Bond phenomenon, and that is the last I'm talking about it. But yeah, you never know though. With like the Johto game, we could see some movement there. I'm kind of really clutching at straws. But it is their anniversary this year, so you never know. Kaylee, the perk of doing this hunt on stream is you don't have to question if you missed the shiny with the extra eyes. Yeah, this is very true, Kaylee. This is very true. It does give me the panic sometimes when there's a random thing in chat where someone's like, says something in capitals, and I instantly, without reading it, just think, oh my god, I've just missed the shiny. So there are those moments, but generally, yeah, it's a way better perk. On episode 42, by the way. Oh, wow. Mine is Gen 3. All the Reggie events, both enemy teams, Aqua and Magma, are so charismatic. Legendaries events like Deoxys, Mirage Island, Swampert, Blaziken, Sceptile, so good, man. Yeah, Gen 3 is very good as well. And I think Riley always mentions how Gen 3 as a time in Pokemon is very hard to beat with the titles that you had, like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green, and you had Colosseum, Gales of Darkness. Yeah, it's kind of like, that is very peak Pokemon time, isn't it? Hard to kind of beat those when you have that amount in one generation cycle. To see something shiny today, Aaron. I hope so too. Really do. I think Iranidon kind of screams Aztec Maya. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah, it definitely has that vibe to it, doesn't it? Shiny Fennekin, let's go. Charles, congrats. Shiny Fennekin, such a nice shiny. Only 100 more resets. Only 100 more, Riley. Don't remind me about you missing the shiny. I still can't forgive myself for making that Mr. Bean comment yesterday. We didn't miss it. No, there was no shiny miss there. Sergio, don't say that. I was literally just thinking about that. I was like, wonder if that was the shiny there yesterday. And then being like, no, listen to Riley. Don't get hung up that the shiny was in there. It definitely wasn't. That miss reset that we did. Nah, don't worry about it, mate. Don't feel bad in the slightest for it. It's funny. At the very least, they get ported to the Switch, right? That's what I think. Yeah, that would be a kind of at the least real hope if that happens. It's pretty nuts we don't have the old games ported yet, especially if Nintendo is trying to kill off emulators. That's the thing as well. Yeah, they're totally against the emulators. So the one thing you can do to stop that kind of is give us the option of an emulator on your latest console, which they're not doing. Pretty nice we don't have the old games yet, and Fave Steel type non-legendary has been Argon. We need the boy back, and for legendary it's Solgaleo. Very cool. Argon's a great shiny. I do like it a lot. Really like it a lot. You know, when I was first getting back into VG for 2010, it was always a Pokemon that I was like, I always wanted to use, but then I quickly figured out that it was just like, I love the design of it, but yeah, quickly realized that it wasn't really viable in competitive play back then. But yeah, I would, and then it got a Mega as well, and I remember going back to it in 2014 and building a team with Mega Aggron. It was a wild team, actually. It just reminds me of it. Yeah, it's very cool. I do like it. I'll definitely see it return, I think, in ZA. And Solgaleo is very cool. I don't know what my favorite steel type is. Probably Metagross, you know. I like Metagross, non-legendary. Metagross is very cool. Mawile, Mega Mawile. I do like Mega Mawile a lot. Looking forward to that coming back. What ball do you use for shiny Fennekin? Love Ball, maybe? Dream Ball? Doesn't really match the color too well. I think the color matches like Heavy Ball really for Fennekin almost, but not for Blaziken. Sorry, for Delphox when it evolves. Blaziken on the brain today. RNG manipulation made me appreciate how insanely lucky you have to get in order to get a shiny. Even when you know the shiny frame, sometimes you still have to wait forever for that one frame. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate, because even when you're trying for it, it takes like such a long time to hit that frame. But even when you feel like you're doing everything perfect, it's so frustrating that you just like a second off, 2 frames late, or like you adjust the own timer and you're like, okay, that's totally thrown me like 5 seconds back, and you have like no idea that you're doing it. It's like, it's so tiny margins. But yeah, I know what you mean. Killing off the emulators to create demand for their supply. Well, that's, yeah, simple business. That's true, Marcus. Yeah. They should we just demand the emulators on the Switch, really. Finally got a shiny Tepig and Skull Bunny the other day. Aaron, congrats. Nice, super nice shinies. I love shiny Tepig. It's one of the, like, it's such a, like, never talked about enough shiny. I love it. It's great because shiny Emboar is brilliant. Even if it was that one reset, you're almost at double odds. So we'll get another one very soon. In fact, right now, right now, we are going to get it. I presume that comment was before, but as I'm reading it right now, we'll take it as right now. I was here when we were at 70 encounters. God damn, props to commitment, mate. Rafaz, thank you, mate. I appreciate it. 70, that was a little while ago, wasn't it? I wonder how many we're gonna get to in total before we do get it. Feels like it's gonna be a little while, but yeah, we got like, I got another like 5 minutes before I do have to shoot off, so we'll see how many we can squeeze in. Hopefully we can get up to 50 easy by then. Marcus, I think fans wouldn't be buying the same games again just because they're more convenient. They're absolutely crazy. Do you think what for the emulators, if they did it, if they like brought out, like, say they ported the Pokemon games to the Switch, but you had to buy them at like $5 a pop for each game, or $10 a pop, because they're probably more likely to be $10. You don't think people will buy them? I think people would, like, especially the games that they haven't had before. By the way, playing XD for the first time, realized I need a memory card for the Wii to save progress. Mate, I forget that all the time with the GameCube. It's like a requirement. Like, why do we need like special memory cards to buy? It's the Wii just an SD card though, I think, isn't it? Or is it? It's not like a plug-in memory card. And I remember the GameCube memory cards that you used to get. Has to be a special GameCube memory card. Gotta assume a lot of the Gen 3 will make an appearance just because of Osirus and XY Link. Yeah, I feel like that's probably quite likely, isn't it, Prof? Metagross is cool. Oh, mate, you're cool. Sujo, you're cool, mate. Aegislash, yes, Aegislash is awesome. I wonder if Aegislash will get a Mega. You know, the only reason why I think like it could get a Mega form is potentially, you know, Cyrano in the Indigo Disc has got that scarf, and it's got like the Aegislash like kind of patterns on his scarf. I was sure that we were going to get Aegislash in the terrarium, but just wasn't there. But there's that reference. I don't know if it even means anything. You could just be a fan of the Pokemon. Maybe not a hint to anything. But Mega Aegislash would be very cool. Like, you could even make it into a knight, where it's sword and shield go into like a ghost who's holding the shield and the sword. That'd be kind of wild. Which starters are you hoping to shine? Aaron, I really would like the Totodile. Quillar, the Cyndaquil would be nice for the run, but honestly, at this stage, take anything. Anything. Please, anything, just shine. I understand Nintendo not wanting emulators. The issue is I would love to pay Nintendo to play old games. I have no option to do so. That's the kicker, I think. When you literally are like for these games here, HeartGold, Soul Silver, I was lucky enough to have Scott. Like, I do have a copy of HeartGold, but Scott sent me his copy of HeartGold, Soul Silver, so I could do this double shiny hunt. Like, I don't know if I would have been doing it on these games, because if I'd had to buy 2 new copies, because it would have cost me like £300, and I think, wow. So they kind of priced out a lot of the time to play these older games, and like that's where I get the thing where I'm like, okay, yeah, there is definitely a need for people to like, and people should experience these games, but there's definitely a level where that people are priced out, and just porting them to a newer console, even if you're charging like a small amount for them, it means those people can kind of experience the older games. What's your opinion on Pokemon Bank shutting down? I'm sad by it. I'm sad. I get that they can't keep it open forever, but it's sad for the older games that you're not going to be able to kind of, they almost become a little bit not redundant, but like just it's like Gen 1 and how everything from Gen 1 pretty much is locked out from all of the future games, and we're getting that now, but with just such a huge amount of like the back catalog, and it's like super sad that that's like the case, you know. Right, let's see. We've got this one. No. What makes you think I'm not shiny already? Professor Oak is a shiny person. I've got 1 lucky egg, 1 lure module, 550 coins in Pokemon Go. Yeah, they can put price on ports. I'm buying DLC if that makes me a shell. I just want the GBA games. Yeah. I think everyone really would be super happy. I would even love them to port over the DS games, you know, the like DS, 3DS games. It'd be kind of cool to see them just port them over. It'd be kind of, I don't know how they would do the double screen for that system, but I'm sure they could figure it out somehow. I had no clue they showed as shiny in the selection screen to watching these streams. They like, even though we haven't seen the shiny, they 100%, I guarantee you that they show up like this. I promise you. I promise that they do, yeah. Seriously, probably answered this already, but what are your predictions for the starters? I saw a video and think there'll be Snivy, Piplup, Scorbunny. Yeah, that I think all the pointers are at those Pokemon. I wouldn't be surprised if they were. I did a video yesterday and my predictions were Totodile, Turtwig, and Scorbunny. They were my predictions that I think we'll see in Legends here, but I could be way off the mark. They could as well. I also think that it could just be the Kalos starters as well, so we'll see. But I'm leaning more towards them being a mixture of other starters from different gens. Today has to be the day that it will shine. Tiago, I really hope we got... Yeah, I'm gonna have to shoot off in a second, so we'll take it to 2655 and then we'll wrap it for today. So we got 3 more checks to check if anything will shine. It'd be nice to actually get it. I always say it's always cool if we get it at the start of the stream, because then it means we can play the game, but it also would be nice to get it at the end of the stream, so it means, wow, we've got the shiny, and then we can just get on with the playthrough in the next stream, which would be awesome. So 2 more checks today and then we'll call it a day. But thank you so much to everyone that's come by the stream today. It's been awesome hanging out, and thanks for putting up with my Bond phenomenon rant, which I will leave at the door when I leave the stream today. We'll not bring that to tomorrow's stream, but we will be back tomorrow to continue this on, and hopefully this week we are able to get the shiny. I can't believe, I just can't believe it's gone on this long, but it makes sense that it is. And we just got to keep going with it. But yeah, thank you so much for coming out to the stream. Oh wow, yeah, we're nearly at 150 likes. Thank you so much for all the likes, everyone. 3 more likes to get to 150 likes for the stream. That's insane. So thank you so much for all the support today, friends. Thank you for just coming out to the stream. Tyler, how are you doing, mate? I'm sorry that you're coming in as we're just ending today, but we will be back tomorrow to do another round of this shiny hunting, and hopefully tomorrow is the day that we do manage to get one of these shinies. If not, start the journey through. Let's go one more. Let's go one more. I keep saying just go one more, and then we'll go a few more, but right, we'll say this is the last one. Shiny, no. Okay, there we go, friends. We'll leave it there. Take care of yourselves, friends. More importantly than anything, unfortunately no stream tonight because I have other things I need I've already agreed to commit to, so I will be doing that this evening opposed to streaming, but we'll be back again tomorrow, like I say, continuing with this, and hopefully, like I say, we get luck. But thank you so much for making the stream so enjoyable today. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for smashing that likes target today as well. 159 likes on the stream is amazing. You guys are amazing. Have a great rest of your day, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in on tomorrow's stream, hopefully. And yeah, until then, friends, take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Appreciate you all. Take care. Bye.